So, last time on Night Shift, we had a very, very touching reunion with Lotus's uncle, who was not doing so hot, but is working through it, and it was a very sweet, touching reunion where Lotus and his uncle and his cousin, Rizal, had a lot of feelings. Then, fucking...
I filled them in on all the terrors.
Yeah, you filled them in on all the terrors, and they're like, what the hell? Our poor family, our poor boy.
Do it okay, totally fine.
And then, as the evening wound down and everyone started to retire to their quarters, a strange little bronze spider drone crawled into Hono's room, and someone called him with a little hologram and wanted to show Hono their garden. I sent you a garden picture. Please respond.
Isn't my garden so nice? Come look at my garden!
But yeah, Seeker of Knowledge found some fucking great knowledge as they were visually teleported up to the Clockwork Garden, a high-orbit fucking space station made in the Age of Artifice.
Sorry about that.
Yeah, overseen by the Clockwork Gardener, Keeper of Rage, who seemed to be, in all intents and purposes, an extremely calm and reasonable person.
Definitely.
You seem like a calm and reasonable person. Are you a calm and reasonable person?
No.
But yeah, Hono had a wonderful conversation with the gardener, who is also 10 foot tall and has 4 arms.
What those arms do, baby. You go with them hands.
All sorts of things. He got all kinds of attachments to him.
Also, he's working with the fucking Solar Legion.
Yeah, that's the more important part, is that you found out that he is, quote, unquote, working with the Solar Legion, but he freely admitted to you that they're just tools.
Oh, yeah. As soon as he's done with them, he's fucking killing them.
Yeah.
So no matter what, Oleander is going to perish.
Yeah.
It's gonna be by someone's hands.
Once he's doomed from the narrative, the family reunion... Well, once he's not doomed from the narrative, or maybe both.
It's gonna be hard to do a family reunion considering he killed, like, most of the family.
That's true. Now that he's doomed by the narrative, the family reunion is dubiously back on.
Anyways, but yeah, you found out that this Clockwork Gardener is helping the Solar Legion, at least nominally, but does have their own plans, and freely admitted that to you, Seeker. They also showed you the fact that their garden is above Willira, and you got a really good view of Willira, as well as like the elemental rings and the moons.
Pretty fucking neat.
Yeah, it's fucking gorgeous. Then they showed you one of the crystals of Artifice memory, and you got to see the last fucking day of the people of Artifice as their cities fell.
Yeah.
It was so nice until everything came crashing down.
Yeah.
It sure was, wasn't it?
It was not at all traumatic. It's not like he somehow experienced the death of millions of people in a night. What are you talking about?
Mm-hmm. I mean, hey, at least it was quick.
At least it was quick.
I'm always saying this.
Many such cases. So many cases. billions of cases, in fact.
Billions of cases, all shattered against the Earth.
Yep. But you also did, in fact, see firsthand that while the people of Artifice were basically a post-scarcity and post-problem society, everyone that lived under them and the Earth...
It wasn't a great time for that.
Yeah, you clearly could see that, like, the Earth was also just absolutely ripped apart by, like, their efforts, and they didn't seem to care that much about it. So, it is very much a case of, like, okay, you do kind of see where the Eidolons were intervening in.
Killing of millions to billions of people, not really cool. However, yeah. They probably needed to chill on the whole polluting the planet beneath them.
Yeah. But, yeah, and then the gardener gave you that information and basically let you go back and said that you need to decide for yourself what your goals are.
I think I also was like, I'm cool with talking to you again, which is totally not opening up the door to temptations or problems later on in my narrative. What are you talking about?
Yep. You
Totally not.
You managed to push away the fruit this time, but how long will it be?
How long will the fruit pushing last?
How long until Hono decides to partake of the forbidden knowledge of old Artifice?
Oh, he is a good boy.
He's a very good boy.
This party is comprised of nothing but good boys and good girls and good non-binaries.
Doing the heckin' best.
But yeah, you all get a long rest, and it is now another beautiful morning, even though, of course, the sun does not rise in Nakstadt. At least for now.
I don't like that.
Don't worry about it.
We don't need the sun rising in Nakstadt. What are you talking about? Keep that away. I like disappearing sunshine. I like disappearing into the shadows. Don't take that away from me.
Oh, the sun shining doesn't mean there won't be any shadows. In fact, there might be more shadows in the light.
Kingdom Hearts. Remember, the closer you get to the light, the faster your shadow becomes.
Yeah. Anyways.
Yeah.
So, it's a beautiful morning. A wonderful, well, not really continental, but tasty, more light breakfast with, various biscuits and scones and sort of breakfast pastries, toast, fried eggs, etc.
Does my uncle and cousin, do they ask any questions this morning about the terrors?
No, they seem to be, like, letting you process... The only thing is that basically Rizal and Dr. Astor do sort of say, listen, Lotus, I understand that you've gone through a lot, and we're here to talk to you if you need it. We won't press you on anything. You can approach us when you're ready to, like, have more conversations about this. I understand how painful those sorts of things can be.
I do have one question.
Of course.
Lotus's third eye is gonna kind of zero in on Dr. Astor, and he's going to ask, do you know what was buried in the bunker beneath the ground of Moontier?
Would he know that? Actually, no. I do not know, Lotus. I'm sorry. That is beyond my ken.
I think because Lotus is a genuinely cautious person, and even though he desperately wants this connection, he wants to believe Rizal, he wants to believe his uncle, he's gonna make an insight check on that, just to be safe.
Yeah, sure, go ahead.
He wants to know if he's lying to try and protect him or something.
Alright, roll them bones, baby.
6 on the die, or 9 on the die for a 17. 16. Goodness, I can't talk.
Yeah, he seems to be genuine. He absolutely seems to have no idea what the fuck was under there.
Right. Hopefully whatever it was, the boon that it's granted the Solar Legion isn't too terrible.
I hope so as well.
As a council member, what do you plan to do about the fact that there are people in the council trying to get the Solar Legion to replace the gods?
Well, I am currently in a coalition with many under-councilmen, as well as Note Taker. What was the name of the general of the City Watch? I forgot.
Shit, hold on. I have so many notes, give me a sec!
Yeah, you're good.
Note Taker! Check the notes!
Yeah, that's Cathedral. Nebula Rosen?
Yes,
Rosen?
with General Nebula. He is not fond of the Solar Legion as well, and views them as, in his words, unprofessional soldiers who care more about the plunder and fighting than the actual job.
That's fair. Alright.
Oh, right. Hold on just a second. Oh man, I have so many names, and I am terrible at remembering them, and I don't take notes good. Forgive me.
It's okay. Like I said before, you could always take a peek at my notes too.
Yeah.
They're there for DMs and stuff.
Yeah. Just... Did I pin those? I don't think I did. Wait, did I? Oh, here we go. I got them. Oh my god, your notes are so detailed.
Sorry! If you're looking for, like, a lot of, like, serious information, I do try to put it near all the way at the bottom. And I'm actually starting to work on doing that for the council members. Right now, so.
Here we go. I don't remember. What's the name of the councilman I had working with the Solar Legion?
That would be... Oh, fuck, it was Delphinium, I think?
Yes, Delphinium, thank you. Councilman Lord Delphinium is very persuasive and very good at commerce, so...
Aurora Delphinium.
Yeah, Aurora is...
I know this is absolutely unintentional, but every time I hear Delphinium/Delphinium, I remember in my setting, which I do want to try to revisit Sylvania as a setting again at some point. I don't want to do anything with that group again, not because I think they're bad people, but because I can't deal with DMing for them.
Yeah, sometimes it's just be like that.
But Delphinium was the name of a powerful necrobotanist druid, who was also a like woman of power in that setting before, she sort of blacked out the sky and caused horrifying, shambling corpses piloted by fungi and plants. I'm certain this Delphinium's nicer, and probably not a scary, beautiful woman whose final form was a weird, horrific insect.
I mean, he is a
lady.
fascist, or at least a fascist collaborator.
Okay, never mind.
Right. So, yes, Lord Aurora is very persuasive about what he wants, and he's very as bad as uncaring as he can be. He is extremely good at making the city run profitably, which is important to many on the council.
So he's commerce, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
He's basically one of the heads. He's the head of, like, the Delphinium merchant family, which is the largest mercantile family in the Astral Coast, and also is in charge of the Merchants Guild, and has ties to several of the crafts guilds as well.
Okay. Well, now I'm gonna have a little list of all of them, and I'll put it into our important thing on the actual Discord.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Anyways, yes. But yes, we are... It's hard work. He can't directly take power. We have a very well-run council, and he can't directly, like, crown himself king of the Astral Coast. If he did that, there would be blood in the streets. We enjoy our republic very much, and it's been running for a very long time. But even with that, there's still methods that he can use to try and take more power, or at least convince others that having more power in the council is a good thing.
I'm gonna make a wisdom check real quick to see if Lotus would think of this.
Okay, think of what?
Okay, yeah, he probably would. Again, I'm not very good with the whole politics or people situation, but if the Astral Coast, or rather, yes, here, has been operating as a republic for so long, and this Delphinium fellow craves nothing but power and is looking for aid in the less than savory sort, to put it mildly. Well, doesn't that strike you that he's trying to make a move? I mean, you said it yourself. There'd be blood in the streets, but speaking as a survivor, that doesn't really stop people like that.
Oh, Delphinium's, he wouldn't ever dare dream of doing something like that. It would cut too much into his profits. Besides, even he respects the rules of our republic. He wouldn't do something like that.
I'll just...
Sorry.
Uncle, is there any sort of big event coming up, like a ball or a gala? Perhaps it would put my worries at ease if I could meet some of these council men and women.
Oh, and there is indeed a ball coming up on the next, I believe in the next month or so, about 4 weeks or so away.
Alright. I would love to be able to attend with my compatriots here, sort of show that you and Razal aren't the only remaining members of the family. It might put people at ease.
Of course, we can certainly do that.
Lotus out here trying his damnedest to play the long game.
I will say, Hono is not in the mental state to say this, but he probably would have brought up the fact that just because Aurora wouldn't try to turn on the city...
Delphinium?
His name is Aurora Delphinium.
Yeah.
Oh, right, my bad.
Yeah.
My bad.
Yeah, just because Aurora wouldn't try to turn on the city doesn't mean the Solar Legion wouldn't.
Yeah.
But I am not in a mental state to say anything right now.
Yeah, like fucking Hono comes down like with a even with the mask, he's got like a fucking 1,000-yard stare on.
Legitimately, like you guys are so used to him being like the first one up, and he's the last one to come down, and he is just not saying anything. Just kind of sits there.
I'll definitely take notice of that, but I'm not gonna say anything. And,
yeah.
I'll look over at Cassandra and say, Cassandra, you know, you being able to show up to the, I mean, everyone here has a good reason to show up to the gala beyond their connection to me, but Cassandra, you especially, being able to say that the efforts of providing housing and meals and resources to those in the outer city, as well as the birth of a new temple for a new religion, I mean, I think that's definitely something worth talking about, don't you? And
oh, sorry.
Lotus is going to telepathically message her and say, when we get back to the temple, there is discussions to be had. I trust Razal and I trust my uncle, but the full extent of what I'm planning can't be made known here.
Someone's gonna do mental link reply back. Yeah, we're gonna have a talk. And then she kind of starts awkwardly tapping at the table and going, "Yeah, you're gonna have to like lead me through though, because I've never been. I was at middle class family at best. I've never been to an event like that."
Has Lotus ever been to an event like that, or was it just sort of like
your dream?
Yeah, well, aside from the dream, I'm picturing, like, if he had been to an event like that in the waking world, he was very much like, you know, told to stand in place and look pretty and only speak if spoken to kind of situation.
Yeah, unfortunately there wasn't many balls out in Moontier, so...
Yeah.
You really haven't been to one before, I'd say, other than, of course, your dream.
Yeah, I think Lotus will turn to Aster and Razal and say, that being said, like Cassandra alluded to, you know, we're kind of inexperienced with the whole political game, but or big fancy events, but I'm certain it would be a good experience to learn if we're going to be in the city proper for a while.
I actually have a question for you, Wick.
Yes.
But I don't know if perhaps you should finish what Lotus is doing first before I'm gonna put it somewhere so I don't forget. I'm sorry, I interrupted.
No, you're fine.
Because I guess I should ask it, and then we'll figure out how it goes. Would technically Seeker of Knowledge have any experience with ballroom type stuff, or at least like settings like that?
You would actually, because
I had a feeling.
Because you were sent to scout out here, you would have had several forms of ballroom dancing programmed into your mind.
Yeah. I come pre-programmed with ballroom dancing. Hells yeah.
As well as several courtly language packs of the unspoken rules and sort of things of Astral Elf society.
Oh my god. I could be your guys'. Oh my god, I actually guess I'm gonna end up being a teacher in this campaign. Anyway, we don't know that yet because my boy ain't speaking.
Lotus introducing Hono, and this is my date. He's very well. He's very well skilled. That came out more suggestive than I meant it to. Good grief. He's very experienced. That's worse. That's worse.
Oh my god.
I think Lotus is going to sort of link up telepathically with Hono real quick and just say, I know you don't like this and I am not trying to intrude on privacy just because, but when we get back to the temple or to the inn, I have a plan and there needs to be discussions therein. I trust the people here. I don't trust that we're not being listened.
You hear no response back. You do see when you speak to him in his mind, he does kind of flinch. But eventually just kind of looks at you, not giving a nod or anything, not giving like there's that you were speaking to him, but just kind of looks at you. Finally looks at you.
Yeah.
So probably get the vibe that it's understood.
Yeah. Lotus will take notice. Notice Lotus. The Lotus notice.
What does the Lotus notice?
Yes. Well, I wanted to make a trip to the Starspire proper, to sort of, I suppose, ask guidance. But is there any way that we might be able to get things set up for safer commutes to and from the outer city?
Yes, if you wish, I can give you a few of my gods.
I think that comes across as rather conspicuous. Perhaps the amulet of non-detection will be enough.
I suppose that's true. Ah! Hold on.
Are there gondola passes? Is that a thing?
Yeah, can we get gondola passes?
He's going to take out a ring from a ring off of his finger, and he's going to hand it to you and say, "Show that to the gondoliers, and you can have free gondola travel to and from the outer city."
Oh, marvelous!
So, you have now, Lotus. You're my nephew, and I do love you. Don't be using that for other crazy shenanigans, alright?
Yes.
Okay, good.
I'm sorry, that was very grandpa coded, just like,
Yeah.
be a good boy, okay?
Be a good boy.
He basically handed you his fucking council credit card.
Yeah.
And said you can use it for bus fares.
I like looking hot, buying stuff they cannot. I like something maxing out dad's credit card.
Okay, question.
Someone's lawn.
Oh, what'd you say, Abby?
Oh, let's go tear up someone's lawn.
Alright.
Whoa!
Max your steps credit card.
Yeah.
Do you really want to go hard?
Yeah.
Anyways, what were you saying, Hono?
I was gonna say, so does this apply to all of us, or just the person with the ring?
I would assume anyone in my entourage, quote unquote.
Okay. You never know. You never know with the city.
I'm calling this custom item Ring of Gondola Passage.
Usually, in the description, Uncle's credit card.
Yeah. Uncle's fucking what is it called? Like the
It's
like
a signet ring, basically.
yeah
but...
yeah. Uncle's fast pass signet ring.
You can also go. I will let you go. I will let you use it if you ever go to Star World.
No. I just devolved into SpongeBob there for that. Oh no! Holy shit!
Oh my
Yep.
god.
Educational television. Yeah. Yeah.
Anyways, yeah, that he hands you is what's your? By the way, I don't think you ever said what's the Somnium family crest.
I think it's of what looks to be somewhere between a wind chime and a mobile. Since Somnium means sleep or dream.
I kinda like that, yeah, like a little, like one of those little mobiles. I like it.
Hold on, I'll get a reference. Something similar to this. I'll put it in voice and memes. I think it's like similar to this reference image. It's definitely something that floats in the air to like with magic bullshit. Like I think it's essentially like a lamp-like mobile that hangs and vibes.
So it'd probably be like in two-dimensional. It'd be like a straight line at the top, 3 straight lines with like a diamond at, going down and a sort of orb in the middle, or at least a circle in the middle.
Yeah.
Something. Okay, I got you. But yeah. Anyways, yeah, he gives you that. Anything else anyone want to ask Dr. Astor or Rizal? Rizal is also there. She is absolutely chowing down on a bagel with like extra locks.
This would actually be a little bit of a favor, but considering the whole temple is new, would it be possible to spread the word that it's an open place?
Of course. I can certainly send word through my parts of the council organization and send people your way with Feywill and Thealden opening up new temples. Here, it's been quite a boon on our resources. Oh, that reminds me, Cassandra. And he's going to clap his hands, and one of the servants is going to bring him a few documents, and he's going to sort of have his wheelchair skitter over to you and sort of say, can you sign some of these? These are some new recognitions of temple overseership in the area, and it comes with a stipend to help keep your temple in working order.
Insight check and just glance over and read through, just do a skim through and see if there's anything that sticks out to me.
You speak Elvish?
Oh, I don't think I do. Does anybody in the party speak Elvish?
I do.
I also do, but I'm broken right now.
Yeah, so Lotus, You can help. Help her go through this, and I'm not even gonna make you roll for this. It is a bunch of legalese, and some of it makes your head spin. But Rizal comes over and does sort of help point out stuff to like make things a little easier to see. Basically, it says that as a temple holder, you promise to keep responsibilities of your temple, or and like not raise a true standing army in the city, or have any eidolon infightings in the city, that sort of thing, basically.
Yeah, fine, I'll sign.
Yeah. So yeah, and he hands you a bag of 10 platinum.
A bag of molding. It's like a bag of molding, but everything that you take out of it is moldy.
And he says, this should be enough to help you get some stuff set up, and I'll have some of my organization look for any up-and-coming clerics that might be interested in your church, so you can have some more staff there if you wish.
Well, that would be amazing. You're doing quite a lot.
Well, I mean, you're helping out the people of the less privileged people of this city, so of course I'd be more than willing to help out.
Can I insight check to see if, like, I notice, like, he's lying at all, or if there's, like, any...
Sure.
If he seems to have, like, an underlying motive?
Sure,
because,
you can
like,
make an
this is
insight check.
really generous.
You can make
That's
an insight
22?
He is... Oh, sorry.
He's 100% genuine, and you also remember him mentioning that he is the councilman in charge of social works.
Yeah, I was about to say, he's the social work one.
Oh, okay.
So, like, this is like his division of the council responsibilities is helping out public works and that sort of thing. And so you doing this is a boon to him because it lightens his workload a little bit too.
Awesome.
Always lightening the workload.
But also with the 22, you also see that he looks like he's been a little sickly for a while, and he's starting to perk up a little bit more, but he still's like a little sallow, slightly just a little more aged than an elf at his stage of life should be. But you can tell that Lotus being here has sort of like perked him up a lot more.
Yay.
A medicine check to kind of figure out what's going on. Like,
you can make a medicine check with this.
He's got that elvish heartbreak disease.
24.
Yeah, he actually. So this is a thing that's not super common, but it happens with elves, especially astral elves. But they can actually literally become physically ill from heartbreak. Like, he's been like, his husband has died, and his most of his family is dead or missing, and Rizal has helped him keep going for a while, but now that Rizal's grown, he's kind of sort of dropped off a bit more, but with Lotus coming back has sort of perked him up a bit. He's been through a lot, and obviously not nearly like the same kind of like, oh my god kind of trauma, but just like, oh man, that's kind of just like a sad life kind of thing.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. He's depressed.
Yeah. That's a sad life. You're a sad old man. Sad.
I mean, the copious amounts of money certainly helps, but money don't buy happiness.
Yeah.
No.
Anyways, so yeah, you get that little stipend, and he says he's gonna send any sort of prospectant clerics or temple workers to your area.
Hooray!
Awesome.
Oh, there's gonna be more people there.
Yeah.
More Hodo.
Any
More people means more potential meals without feeling like a dick.
And
which I can hopefully be open about and be like, hey, so I have very special dietary needs. I'm not going to hurt you. Please Can I just take a little sip? Take a sip of the
Well,
green boba.
Yeah, a result, it's sort of like sort of take you aside at some point during this whole thing and say, listen, Lotus, I'm not going to judge you for that. I understand you have unique circumstances. Never do that kind of thing to a Gith, like Githyanki or Githzerai. They will. We have an ancestral. We have like a fucking ancestral like genetic fear of mind.
Lotus is just nervously laughing.
It's like when you put a cucumber next to a cat. Sometimes, like that kind of stuff is a no.
So that explains it. Oh. Lotus's ears just drop and he turns his gaze back down at Rizal after letting that slip. Does she have a reaction to that?
She's just gonna pat your shoulder and say, "Yeah, hey, you are not gonna repair relationships with that person." Especially if it's the Astra I've heard about. You're not.
Oh no!
Oh no!
It's fine, if we ever have to deal with her, anyone else could deal with her. Lotus could just be in the corner. Like, just we put baby in the corner. It's okay.
I didn't know.
Obviously you didn't, but you know now. The more you know.
Take a look.
In a book.
It's a book.
Anyways, yeah. So, anything else any of y'all have going on?
Lotus is just attuning to his thing.
What thing?
The amulet of non-detection.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Me when amulet.
Me when the fucking amulet.
Yeah.
Me when I'm attuning to the Pharaoh's curse and amulet.
When he.
Anyways, so you guys have this lovely breakfast. Brecky. And what is your all's plans for the day?
Going to the Starspire Cathedral.
Alrighty.
I mean, I guess I'm just following the party around.
Yeah, you guys can do that. Before you leave, he does. Dr. Astor does sort of say, "You sure you don't want a guard or anything? I can make sure you have one."
That offer is very kind, Uncle, but we're more capable than we look.
Of course, I understand. You have a good day now.
Thank you kindly. Yeah. Like, as soon as we leave the house and we get like 30 feet away, Lotus is just going to look at Hono and Cassandra and just say, "Oh, those two are far too nice for their own good, and I say that as a very nice person."
You just get a very small nod from Hono.
They're quite kind. I mean, 10 platinum to get started with? That's going to be a huge start for the temple.
Yeah.
Fine, nothing bad will happen to them. Just because they're nice. Because they're nice, they have plot armor now.
Nothing bad can ever happen.
Ever!
Anyways, so It will take you 1 hour to get to the Star's Spire, because this is sort of in a more secluded district in the inner city. And it's a little bit of a distance from the... However, you can take a gondola there if you so wish.
Oh! We could be fancy!
We could not get attacked by the Dark Star.
Yeah, let's take a gondola.
Alright, hold on. I want to see something.
Whoops, seeing things.
Ooh, upsee.
Oh no,
things.
he's checking notes. We're in danger. Danger, danger, danger.
Oh, that's cute. So yeah, you go to one of the canals, and you see a couple of gondolas in the canal. Most of them are taking people. There is one free one that seems to be piloted by... Let me roll up a random NPC and see what I get. Let's see. A kobold who is holding a long oar. He's got on this cute little black and white striped shirt and straw hat and little red ascot.
Aww.
And he sort of waves to you as you guys approach and says,
I'll wave back.
Good morning, friends. How are you all doing this fine evening? I'd say, hey, it is a fine evening every day, though, isn't it?
I love him.
By the way, he's got sort of a silvery scales with sort of like a little underlying blue opalescence to him.
Very pretty.
Yeah.
Doing alright. It's definitely a fine evening. Sure.
Good morning.
Hold on.
Maybe
Just a
kindly.
second. I'm gonna get a fucking... I forgot to get this guy a name. Give me just a second.
His name's Gimbal Worrell.
Oh, name?
Chumble Worrell.
Really? I'm in D&D. She knows I'm in D&D.
Who we gotta fight?
Sorry. Anyways, the name's Antonio. How y'all doing? You doing good?
Small, polite ways.
Alrighty.
Sorry, I was, chewing. I'm
You're
doing
good.
alright.
Where can old Antonia take you this fine evening?
To the Star Spire Cathedral.
Ah, excellent, excellent. Sort of looks over. That'll be,
I'll
30 gold.
pull out the signet ring and flash it.
Oh! I'm sorry. Of course, please come in. Any friend of a councilman's a friend of ours here at Delphinium Gondola Incorporated.
Mmm.
The only gondola service in town.
So these gondolas are bugged right, huh?
Maybe.
I mean, actually, at the Delphinium Gondoliers Guild, you know, the only gondola service in town. Well, except for that one other one, but you know, we don't talk about them. It's company policy.
Okay.
You just talked about him.
No, I didn't. What are you talking about?
Oh, cool.
It's
So you're telling me my next mission is to find out what this other gondolier company is?
For real.
Yeah, no one rides them unless they don't got any other choice. You know, we provide a clean, safe gondola service here. Anyways, hop on in and I'll get you over there, lickety split.
Popping in.
All right.
Well, we have to at least tip this man. Tipping is part of the culture, right?
Yes.
Very good.
She licking my kitty split till I... Yeah, never mind.
But yeah, you guys are getting this lovely gondola ride. You can look up and you can see the stars splayed up, and the gondolier is humming and singing a low song as he does the thing. As he drives the boat. Sorry.
You're good.
He do be doing the thing.
He do be driving the boat. Yeah, and it only takes you about 15 minutes or so to get to the Temple District.
Nice.
Well, this one, the Temple District here is less of more multiple temples, and it's more of, oh, this is where the temple is. And
Big ass temple.
And of course, it is. Let's see if I can't find some fitting music for this. What would be something good for this?
Generic Gregorian chant number 30.
No. Maybe 43.
Ah. Of course. That's a good one. That's a good issue.
Yes, I know, thank you. Ooh, what's this one sound like?
The chants really pop off on that one.
Ooh, okay, I kinda like this one. Anyways, you come to the Temple District and you finally see the Star Spire itself. This beautiful... It's so strange because it's like shaped kind of like what a church or temple might look like, but like it's completely open to the air. Like the base of the structure is like a concrete sort of block with like various mosaic tiles all over it in multicolors, and the tiles are all made out of star glass, and all of the walls are like panels of star glass floating along the side that you can easily walk in and out of, and the higher parts of the cathedral are all beautifully constructed stars glass, sort of like in the arranged almost like a roof, although of course this would not like protect against rain or wind or anything, but it still gives you this beautiful, like almost complete view of the night sky above as you walk in, and you see it through the star glass as all these different multicolored panels of glass reflect starlight in such a beautifully transfixing way that glitters and dazzles as you approach this cathedral.
Wow.
Yeah. There is. It's middle of the day. It's or middle of the morning. There's quite a few people coming in and out of this area. In front are two paladins whose entire armor is like completely decked out in this like sort of mosaic of star glass. They have these like long halberds that seem to be a single piece of enchanted star glass. Sort of like the Swiss Guard kind of deal. Like just there for like to protect the temple if need be, but it's probably not gonna come to anything like that, you know.
Probably.
Hopefully. But yeah, you can approach this temple.
I think Lotus will walk up the steps looking up at this obscenely tall structure, something taller than he's ever seen before. And I think he just not whispers, but just in a odd, hushed voice, says in Elvish, it's like a great unblinking giant.
Did you say unblinking giant?
Yes.
Interesting.
What do you mean? Okay.
I guess that's just an interesting way of putting it. I wouldn't have said that. Sorry.
Yeah. No. I was like, that wasn't angry. What do you mean? That was a. Oh dear, the DM's cooking. Oh no, what have I done?
Suddenly, the cathedral gets up and starts beating our asses.
The gazebo has awoken.
Oh no! Who pissed the gazebo off? No.
Anyways,
Lotus, what have you done?
So you guys approach this cathedral and step in.
Yeah.
Is there anywhere in particular you're heading in it? Obviously, there's no like upper or lower levels, but like there's like this big sort of like block that you're walking on that has.
Yeah, can I get some popcorn from the food court?
There's not a food court here.
I know.
But there is various pews. There's sort of like a altar at the very instead of like at the very back like most cathedrals. The altar is like dead center, like right where like all the starlight focuses in on.
Is there a statue of Eula anywhere?
Yes, there is. On the altar, in fact, is a statue of Eula, who is depicted as a astral elf wearing a cloak made out of like what you would sort of recognize as like maybe a patchwork cloak, like made out of like various different swatches of cloth, except the cloak is rendered in this beautiful mosaic of star glass.
I think Lotus will approach the altar and will reach into his bag and pull out a brooch. It's a very, very beautiful looking brooch of star glass. And he'll set that on the altar. He'll reach into the bag further and pull out what looks to be a tea set of a similar star glass. He'll set that on the altar. I think he hesitates a lot more with the tea set than he does with the brooch. But he'll set that on the altar and then kneel before it and sort of pray in Elvish, and he just sort of says, I I've never been one good at talking to people, let alone gods. I've always been better at talking to animals and the natural. I can hear myself echoing on someone else's end.
Yeah, there's a really bad echo.
Oh, let me check my settings again.
Oh yeah.
Might be me. Okay, here, let me try some. My phone is picky about. Yeah, sorry about that, guys.
Yeah, it doesn't seem to be.
I have my mic.
It's back! It's back!
No, sorry. I'm gonna try and switch to my computer.
Okay.
Yeah, he's gonna, get down on his knees and fold his hands and just say, I don't really know what to say. Again, he's speaking in Elvish. I've never really been good at talking to other people. I'm much better at speaking through action. And even then, I think I have a better track record with animals. Oh, hello?
Hello. Better track record with animals.
Yeah, better track record with animals. I don't really know where my skill with speaking to divinity lies. Haven't exactly had a lot of experience there. I fully intend to continue my search in finding a place that I belong. I miss the Grove dearly, but there's no getting it back. And I think some things are better off lost so that I can move past that chapter of my life. I hope that this brooch and this tea set that only seem to bring me pain these days, when I'm forced to remember my treatment from not only Moontear at large, but my parents themselves. These were kind gifts, but I do not think they were given to me with kindness in mind. I am going to miss the tea set, but I can probably forge my own as I continue to forge my own path. I hope that they'll at least bring you some sort of pleasure or happiness among your collection. I hope that my, albeit rage-filled and spite-motivated heart never clouds, and that I will continue to remember the gentle kiss of the moon and the stars and be able to provide succor and solace to all those who need it, and to not waver when it comes time for me to strike back against Oleander. This I pray to you, Eula, with all my heart.
Alright, make me a, decide. You know what, with your offering and you praying so earnestly, I'm gonna say make me a religion check.
Alright. I'm gonna close my eyes, see what happens.
Believe in you.
Well, yeah, that tracks with my luck.
What'd you get?
3.
3.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, you don't get anything from that. You just sort of stand here and just... It's not unpleasant, and it's not uncathartic, but you don't feel like the presence of Hilla or anything.
Oh, that was a really good offering, too.
Yeah. But yeah, does anyone else wish to pray here?
I'm looking at you, Rick. No.
I wanted to say one more thing.
Sure.
He'll take notice of the lack of presence, and he'll say, still in Elvish, still in prayer, even if you're not here with me right now, I feel you every time I see the stars. I see the moon, and I know I'm not alone.
Make me one more religion check, by the way.
Yeah. Are you fucking kidding me?
Make it with advantage.
Ah!
Oh my god.
What is this?
No!
What is this?
No!
What happened? What'd you roll?
I don't know. Another 3. That's 3 3s in a row.
Do you not have any plus to your religion?
No!
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
I have an 11 intelligence.
Oh jeez. You know what?
Why is religion intelligence anyway? That's stupid. Why isn't it wisdom?
Okay.
Because they really decided just randomly to pick between them.
Okay. Oh jeez. Okay. One more religion check for me. Just one more. I want to see.
If it's another 3, I'm gonna be convinced my dice are bugged. Watch it be a 4 or a 2. Oh, okay.
Oh god!
Wow.
What was it?
19.
Okay. So, you still don't feel her. Like, that's like 100% you are not getting a, like, in-person divine thing today. However,
Yeah.
you do know that sometimes in Eula worship, in, like, the center of the altar where people offer, like, trinkets and bobs and bits, every now and then something will show up to, that'll be nothing to the person that gave it, because, like, it's a lost thing that they found, and they, you know, Eula is the goddess of lost and found things, or Eidolon, you know, that's kind of part of her thing. Hold on, let me make sure I got that right. With our handy dandy chart we got...
Yeah.
Yeah, all things have use... Yes, so, because of that, if someone finds something lost and they just get a little sense that it might be important to someone, they'll give it as an offering to the temple at Eula, and every now and then when someone goes there, they'll feel a pull to an object. That they are welcome to take that one object that they feel like a pull to. Of course, as some of you know from previous religion checks, Azotl also just fucking steals from Eula's hoard every now and then. But it's not even like he just does it to do it. She doesn't even mind when he does it. It's like a little joke for them.
God damn it!
However,
That's adorable.
Lotus, you see something that seems familiar to you, but you can't quite place it. And you pick it up, and it's oh, go ahead.
I'll walk over to it and
Oh no, it's like right where you are. Like you just now noticed it. Like it's like right beside the tea set.
Hmm. Yeah, I'll grab it.
It is a druidic focus.
Ooh.
That's made out of it's made out of sort of this leather thong, and it's got a muscle, sort of like a muscle shell spread open, like a river mussel, and a bird skull tied to it, and it's sort of like decorated with river reeds on it. And there's a lock of pink hair tied to it.
Huh.
And you take a moment. It's a lock of your hair. What does that make you feel?
Is that your druidic focus from before you died? I don't even remember that.
I think confused. Does Lotus remember anyone in the family being a druid?
No. There's a pain in your chest.
I think Lotus will hold his chest, and tears, before he even notices it, are just streaming down his face. It's not an ugly sob, it's just this flow that he can't control. Like the river itself. It's just unceasing, and his ears are drooping, and he holds this staff.
It's it's more like a talisman. Yeah. It's like a handheld sort of.
Yeah, he holds this talisman, and I think he just clutches it to his chest without really thinking about why. And I think he'll... Oh.
Do you try to remember what this is? Or is it too painful to try?
I think Lotus keeps trying, and there's this wall. There's this wall in place, and I think mentally he imagines himself with this great mallet and is going to try and swing at that wall.
Alright, roll me just a... just roll me wisdom. Just flat wisdom roll.
Did you roll another 3?
Yes! That's an 8.
God.
I don't get it. This fucking...
You have this mental image, and you approach this a wall with this sort of hammer, and you can't even bring yourself to swing it. You don't remember what lies beyond this mental barrier, but you know that it is pain. It is pain of a white, hot, searing kind, and you cannot face it.
I think he just says, both out loud and in his mind, I want to remember, I really do. And just he'll wipe his tears the best he can and say, I think we should go. He still has the talisman.
Yeah. Lotus is... Yeah, he's not doing so hot right now.
Okay. Well, before we leave, I guess I have to do a thing.
Do the thing!
Yeah. So you're gonna try it? Are you gonna do
Yes,
it?
I
You don't have to. You do not have to. I'm just saying that's kind of like what you know and what you feel.
am. I mean,
Oh, there's ruckus.
I'm playing D&D.
So have ruckus.
Things are happening. People are rolling bad, and things are happening, and it's how D&D goes. Sorry, my dad came in.
It is a ruckus.
Are you winning?
Yeah, he does ask me, did you win frequently? And I'm like,
Oh my god, my dad does that all the time too.
I'm like, how do you win D&D? No, I think I'm gonna do it. Actually,
All right.
I do have a thing in mind. I think I'm gonna try to steal something and then put something there in her place, just like yoink, and then
old-
place something.
The old twistaroo, huh? Switcheroo. Alright.
See, it's very funny that you're planning that because I was also thinking of doing that and heading back with something for a zonal later.
Unfortunately, you got hit with the feelings.
Yeah, so probably not this time.
Yeah.
I'm actually getting a vibe from Azultal to do this.
So you not only get on this roll, you not only get to use your gloves of thievery, you get the effects of bless on these rolls.
Oh, very nice.
as this sort of like just for some reason like a really dark storm cloud passes over the top of the cathedral and gives you a little darkness.
Oh no.
Oh no, disappears. Okay, hold on. So let me roll the bless first. That's a 2.
Roll for stealth first.
Oh, I gotta roll for stealth. Okay, am I stealth for the bless? I'm invisible
Yes.
for this.
Yes, your advantage and bless on the stealth.
Oh my god. That's double 18s. So, hold on.
Dirty 20.
So that's a dirty 20. Hold on, with my stealth, which is that's a 28 on the stealth. Oh my god! All right, and then the yoinking, the sleight of hand is not an advantage, correct?
Right, it is not, but you still have bless for it.
Well, I only got a 1 on that one, so that we'll see how this goes. Well, okay, that's a 21. I stealth really good, and I'm stealing fairly good.
Yep. You steal something, and what are you putting in its place?
Actually, so I was gonna confirm if this was okay with you. Is it possible that I have just like a tiny little gear from home?
Yeah, sure.
I want to put that in its place.
All right.
So what did I steal?
All right. Let's do a little rolly-roo.
The last bit of hope that Lotus had. Not really. Not really. Lotus is hoarding hope.
Oh, hoarding it like Hestia.
Exactly.
Yeah, you have in your hands what appears to be, surprisingly, a strange little, basically an empty coin purse that seems to be made out of, some sort of, that seems to be made out of dragon skin. green dragon skin to be green dragon skin to be precise. It clearly would have been from a younger dragon though, because the scales are smaller. More like a wormling than a proper dragon. But it is still some kind of green dragon skin wallet.
Interesting.
Purse.
I'm probably just gonna end up giving this back to someone like, here, I stole this for you. Who knows? We'll see. We'll see if I keep it. I'm most likely not. Oh my god, I can't believe I'm just gonna pocket that and I'm gonna start walking away with the group.
As you all walk away, the storm cloud passes over and sort of disappears.
It's like, I stole something, I put something in its place, let's go, let's go, let's go! Can't believe that. I was... My boy is turning into a thief? What the fuck?
You thief! Yeah.
But yeah, nothing happens. And yeah, so yeah, how you feeling, Lotus?
Bad.
Bad.
You know, I'm sad.
You know, Lotus. So, where are y'all going now?
Oh, alright, let's go to the temple. Actually, no, we need to go home. We haven't watered our plants.
Yeah.
Alright, so, are you gonna take a gondola to home?
Yeah.
Or to the hotel? Or the house? The boarding house?
Yeah.
Hold on just a second. Okay, hold on. Alright, so yeah, you guys go to a gondola, and at the helm, or at the back of the boat, is another sort of person wearing the black and white shirt, red handkerchief, and straw hat. This one is a... Oh no. This one's a bugbear.
Oh.
Why oh no?
Yeah, so you have like this emotion little thing as you sort of go out and you see a bugbear at the back of the boat. You sort of have another sort of pain in your chest.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Yeah. But you push that down, you're not thinking about it.
Yeah. But something snaps in the back of my mind and I think about it anyway.
And he says, Benvenuto, how you all doing today?
Let's talk about something else.
Gee, that's good. I am sorry, friend. Listen. It's going to be okay. You're going to have a nice little boat ride with me. And my name is Fusili. How you doing?
You just have Lotus, who's a hot mess, and then Hono, who's not speaking.
I will say Lotus is handling this remarkably well compared to the other day. Yeah. He's just silently crying.
You're getting used to the pain,
yeah.
So you'll become numb to it.
Anyways, where are y'all headed?
I think what's the name of the boarding house?
Stars Hearth.
Yeah, Stars Hearth.
Which is the outer city?
Stars Hearth, yeah.
Outer city, I can get you there. It'll be 10 gold each.
He'll flash the signet ring.
Oh, of course! Any friend of the council is a friend of ours. Please, step in, step in.
Stepping in.
And, yeah.
Let's go take care of our plants.
Yeah.
As we're traveling, I guess as we've been traveling, haven't spotted any more of those bronze spiders or anything, right?
Every now and then you might see one, but they're not, like, on
They're not
you all-
following.
Yeah.
They're just
You
in
do
and
see,
out.
yeah. You see a couple of them sort of like watching you. You sometimes see a couple watching like a group of Solar Legionnaires. Yeah. But they're not following you.
Okay. And no one else has seen these things yet, right?
No one else has. They're very stealthy.
Incredibly stealthy.
Yeah.
Except for the little robot man over here with the radar dish.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
That Hono has radar.
Ono has a few cool features in his body that even he don't know about.
Excuse me?
Don't worry about it.
Oh no! Boy, he's confused. Like, wait, whoa, I don't remember that happening before.
Whoa, hey! I love Marceline Whoa, hey.
I love Martha so much.
She's
Whoa,
a
hey!
disaster.
Whoa, hey!
Also, I saw this bit of Final Fantasy XIV photography, and this reminded me of something that this gives me Basin of Rebirth vibes.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, for sure. If the sky was a night, this would be Basin of Rebirth.
Gorgeous.
Anyways,
Alright, let's go back, take care of our plants, probably head over to the temple.
only takes you about an hour to get to the outer city, but it is still, from where you are, it is going to take you maybe about 30 minutes or so to get to the Star's Hearth.
Yeah.
Okay, so traveling by gondola is very, very, very good. It saves us a lot of time.
Yes. It's not like speedy, it's just that there's like direct pathways
Yeah.
Yeah.
like the city can't take.
Yeah.
It's like, it could probably go under a building or like a bridge or something, and we gotta go winding through everything.
Yeah.
Dark. Cool.
So 30 minutes is still enough time for one of y'all to roll me a d20. Oh,
Who
boy.
wants?
Oh no.
I think it should be literally anyone but me.
Anybody?
I'll do it.
Yeah, I was gonna say Abby should do it because I think last time I did it, we had a Soul Legion.
What'd you get? What'd you get?
That's a 5.
Ooh, a 5. So,
Oh no! Oh no!
let's take a little
Oh,
Lucky
no.
Lou.
I love Looky Lou. He's my favorite
Oh
guy.
no, I hear dice rolling in the background.
As you guys sort of walk, you hear a commotion coming from, like, up ahead. Sort of like in, like, one of, like, a side street that's a little wider than an alleyway, but still.
Are we like next to the street where I can hop out of the gondola and take a look?
Oh, you guys are already out of the gondola.
Okay, awesome. I'm gonna kind of do the shush motion, and I'm gonna kind of stealth up and kind of creep around the corner and see what's going on. Which is funny because I have disadvantage on stealth, so we'll see how this goes.
I was gonna say, as soon as you start doing that, Hono is just kind of gonna look at you and start doing it himself, but like stick to the shadow.
You guys, however, Hono obviously has advantage on stealth. However, you do not have disadvantage on this roll because this commotion seems to be very involved.
Okay, awesome. That is a 6.
Great.
Oh my god!
Sorry, guys.
Hey, guess what? I rolled a 4 and a 3 with my plus. Since I have advantage, that is
Do I
a
accidentally,
12.
bump into you or something?
Yeah, you both sort of like bump into each other, like knock over a trash can.
Wait, Hono's trying to go, and then you don't see him yet.
And as you guys are doing this, you see, you sort of like stumble out of this alleyway that leads into this side street, and you see like 10 soldier legionnaires and like 13 Gru like having an argument in the fucking side street.
We probably didn't manage to catch what they're saying.
Well, no, they're speaking in deep speech.
With
Okay.
the little bit I've learned of deep speech, are the Gru speaking it, and also the Solar Legion, or just the Gru?
Both are speaking it.
Okay. With what I've learned a little bit of deep speech, am I able to discern
me
anything?
Intelligence checks.
Just a flat intelligence?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, this die is going away because I just rolled a fucking nat 1, which means I got a 4.
You pick up like some of the most horrific slurs and curses
Oh.
you've ever heard in your entire life.
Hono is scandalized. Just puts a hand over his neck.
As this front Solar Legionary is screaming in deep speech at this fucking Gru, and they're pointing at each other, and like some of the Grus have like these fucking like baseball bats or like clubs are made with like nails like driven through it. And, like Solar Legionnaires are like drawing their swords, and they are just screaming at each other.
Oh my god.
Since they're kind of absorbed in this conversation, Lotus is going to take the opportunity and is going to kill them all. No, he thirsts for blood. No, he's going to cast a pass without a trace. Let me get my dream chart open.
My dream journal.
He ruined my meme journal! I did not! Mr. Electric, take him to the skibbity toilet and have him killed!
Oh my god.
Yeah. Yeah. Let me go ahead and roll on the die. If this isn't something related to trauma, I am probably gonna re-roll it until I get something. Okay, that's a 7. What's 7? That isn't one of the trauma dreams, but it is something that Lotus would probably need in this moment. So that's why I'm gonna re-roll it anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, gonna re-roll it again. I'm just gonna, like I said, I'm gonna re-roll it until it's one of the trauma things.
Just pick all of the trauma ones and then roll whatever that would be.
Oh, that's so true. What?
Yeah, you can just pick one if you want. Like it's
Okay, yeah. Where is it? A nightmare of cold radiance. This black mist starts to pool around Lotus and the party, and it takes shape. And as we're in this AoE, we're standing in a snowfield. It is completely, well, not completely, but every bit of feet in this radius is stained red with blood and is littered with blackened, charred remains. Every now and then, there is a flash of brilliant, radiant light in the distance of this AoE, or rather, it's an illusion of distance. and there's far-off screams with no source, as Lotus's worst day replaced itself before him. I think...
There is an additional sort of thing in this mist, by the way.
Uh-huh.
There, you see some, like, figures getting sort of blasted by this radiant light. However, there's also a figure of a taller figure confronting sort of a smaller figure, and the smaller figure blasting this taller figure with brilliant white light.
I think...
How tall is Oleander compared to you?
I never came up with a canon height for him. I know Lotus is the tallest of his siblings, despite being the middle
Oleander
child.
seems taller than he used to be, though, for sure.
Because of fear, probably.
That, or he got modified.
He got a couple. He got some high heels put into his.
I thought you were talking about in this vision.
Yeah, no, the person. It's clearly Oleander obliterating something taller than he is. Perchance, maybe someone tall and hairy. I don't know.
Yeah.
You can't remember.
Yeah. I think Lotus is going to take notice of that. Lotus notice. I'm gonna say that every time I accidentally string those two words in the same sentence. I hope y'all know.
I mean, it's also the massive passive thing, so we're gonna have that for everyone eventually.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
He stops for a moment, but he eventually starts walking and just doesn't say anything.
Yep. Don't think about it. Put it behind that wall, baby.
Yeah.
I feel like your traumatic, charred body's blood everywhere is not helping with Hono and his "I saw a million people die last night."
I think if Lotus sees that Hono is uncomfortable, he'll wrap a hand around Hono's and just lead him gently as we continue walking to the Star's Hearth.
As you guys are sort of like walking this...
Wait, can you find him to do that?
Oh yeah, I don't know if you can.
So you wouldn't even know he's uncomfortable, but I do love that! I think if we do, like, go into a period where there is, like, light, yeah, you'd probably have that happen.
Yeah.
Anyways, there is about to be some light, because as you guys are, like, doing this, trying to sneak away, a couple of the Solar Legionnaires, you notice that, like, they're not all knights. There's a few, like, robed monk-like figures. Not like D&D monks, like, sort of, you know, like, religious-type monks. Yeah. Wearing these, like, white and golden... Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
White and golden robes, and they start shooting blasts of radiance at the other, at the Gru.
Yeah,
and it breaks out into a fucking, like, brawl as they just, like, start beating the shit out of each other.
We were told we cannot fuck with them, is the thing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Lotus is grabbing both Cassandra and Hono's hands and just trying to lead them away as calmly and stealthily as he can.
There's looking down on this, isn't there?
I'm struggling because, okay, hear me out.
Uh-huh.
I know we cannot, like, as a player, I know there's nothing we can probably do here because we, like, are missing half the party. There's us.
And there's also the political implication.
Oh yeah. But as a person, I don't. I'm trying to think of what Cassandra would do because. I'm sorry for talking this out. I'm just trying to talk through it.
No, it's fine. I like getting information and insight above board just as much as I do in game.
As you guys,
the whole reason she's a cleric is to protect people.
Yeah.
Yeah,
When you
these are also the people that were constantly hunting me down.
Yeah.
Like, these
This is the mafia.
people want me dead.
This is
like,
this is the fucking mafia, by the way. When
Yeah.
the mafia and the skinheads start fighting.
yeah.
I think actually
Like-
what she's doing more, what I'm concerned about is like bystanders. Like she's looking around and trying to see. Because senseless slaughter is still slaughter, you know, even if it's bad people.
Yeah.
I think she's trying to look around and see if there's anybody caught in the crossfire, if there's anything like. Yeah.
You don't see anyone, but you can make a perception check.
Okay.
Also, as you guys are sort of like walking away and get a little distance between you, what's your path?
I totally spaced it.
What?
Oh, sorry, I totally spaced it. I forgot the group where like the mafia is what was happening.
Oh
Yeah.
Because I was like confused for a minute. I'm like,
Yeah.
But yeah,
What'd you get?
ADHD not helpful. What was the check again?
Perception?
Perception. Awesome. My ADHD is bad today.
Oh
It's
no.
fine.
23.
23. You and Hono with your massive passive.
Yeah!
Notice
Oh,
that
wait.
this street is completely clear of like bystanders and everything. And then as you like sort of watch this fight as you guys are moving away, you see a figure cloaked in white jump off one of the roofs into that massive grue. And then you just like see fucking grue pieces like start like fucking flying.
Okay, we're going now, right? Like
Yeah.
we're out of here,
Person
right?
clad completely in white. Do they look familiar at all?
It's Oleander. It's absolutely.
That's what I thought.
Yeah,
That's
he's
what
got
I
the-
thought.
He's got the gold armor and the white cloak.
Yeah.
Question. Again, are the spiders watching this go down?
Yep.
And I think that Cassandra has a high enough to see the spiders.
You do actually notice those bronze spiders watching this thing go down, Cassandra.
I think that makes her even more uneasy. I think protective instinct kind of kicks in, and she is gonna, I think, grab Lotus and Hono by the arms and just start.
Lotus already was doing that and trying to lead me all the way.
It's a group hug at this point. It's a group hug at this point of everyone just like, let's keep going, and then you just see
Let's go, let's go.
staring at this. You guys are trying to drag him along. He's like, ooh.
Yeah, speaking of which, what did you want to know earlier, Wick?
What?
You before Cassandra was talking about moral dilemmas, you were about to say something.
Oh, was it? Was I? I don't remember.
Yes? Does no one else remember that?
My ADHD, I forgot my pill this morning. So
I
I'm,
think
like,
you were
all
gonna
over the
say
place.
something when we were leaving, but
Yeah,
I was
you
about.
said
I was
as-
about to say this. So.
okay.
About you seeing Oleander jump in and then just like
Okay.
grew fucking flying like a fucking untopped blender.
Yeah.
You can't see what he's fucking doing, but there is a lot of flashes of light as
Yeah.
he's doing it.
Yeah. Lotus is just silently walking away at a steady pace. Not running, because if something happens, but he's not looking for a fight. He's just trying to be as nonchalant as possible, because he knows if he lets himself think too hard about this, he is going to be loud, and that is completely going to get rid of any advantages that they have with Pass Without a Trace.
Yeah.
He will quietly look back at Hono and Cassandra and just say, I've got you.
Get out of here.
Yep.
Yep, you guys managed
Walk-
to get to the Star's Hearth.
I would say even with a full party, we'd be absolutely fucked if we tried to jump in on that
Yeah.
fight. So
Oh, absolutely. Like 10 grew and 10. Yeah, no way.
even if the group like explode very easily, no.
No,
It's the
no,
Solar
no,
Legion
no.
is the problem.
we'll get in, and Lotus will look at Astray and just say, I know you don't like me, and I know I can't fix anything, but I would greatly appreciate it if you could lock the door for us.
Oh. Lotus wanted the door locked.
Oh, she's just ignoring Lotus.
I was gonna say, we weren't trailed or anything, right?
Let's find out.
Oh no!
Oh no.
Where did I put? Oh, there.
She did roll pretty bad though.
What's your all's passives again?
23.
15.
15? I have to double check.
You guys, neither Cassandra nor Lotus see anything. However, because you have such a high passive, you do see two things that don't seem connected, but you see them nonetheless because you're really good at fucking seeing.
I mean, I made him so he could be a spy, essentially.
Yeah, you did good. You do see an enemy you do see an enemy in a couple of shadows just sort of, like, peering out, cocking her head at Lotus as he's walking by. But, you also see what appears to be a cowboy, a figure in a broad-brimmed hat wearing a serape with spurs on their boots. And
Honey?
I don't think it's Honey, but I think it might be related to Honey. Continue.
Yeah, it's a figure wearing a cowboy hat, a long, sort of like dirty, dusty cowboy hat, brown serape with tinges of red. And you can see that the hair sort of sticking out from under their hat is like burning slightly. Like it's like fire sort of like sticking down in like a fucking ponytail.
If I had a nickel for every burning cowboy in DC in one of my D&D games, I'd have 2 nickels, which isn't a lot, but it's weird that it happened twice.
It is weird that it happened twice. Anyways,
does this person seem to? First of all, do they even seem to notice us?
They're looking at you, but they seem to like notice you guys like as a group, but they sort of seem to be looking for someone else instead of you three in particular.
So, do they seem to look at us?
Yes.
And kind of be like, "Oh, wait, you don't have the person I want."
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
Oh no. Honey, we found somebody who might know you.
There's a big fucking iron on their belt.
Oh,
On his hip.
How far does an enemy seem to follow the group?
Oh, she seems to be she seems to follow you all throughout the outer city. And like you only every now and then you lose sight of her, and then you see her in like an alleyway way ahead of you. And then just gone again. Like, you're only barely catching a couple of glimpses of her. Her stealth is extremely high, and
I can't wait until my passive goes even higher.
Is she in the building with us now? Is she in the room with us right now?
You can't tell if she is.
I know. I'm asking that on Hono's behalf.
Hono doesn't see her.
Are there, like, really any shadows in this? Because she seems to be... Oh.
There's shadows everywhere in here.
Okay, question. Because it's probably obvious that she knows that Hono can see her. Does she do the shush thing, or is she just kind of more looking at Lotus?
Mostly at Lotus.
Okay. I'm seeing so many things. This
Yeah,
is what I get for having
I think Lotus is going to get kind of fed up with being ignored, and he's going to grab a chair from nearby and is just going to shove that under the door handle.
She doesn't say anything to you.
Yeah, he doesn't say anything to her.
What does
And
he do
he'll,
after that?
I think he is going to get some water and head up to water his plants.
As soon as Lotus is upstairs, she holds out her hand and psionically moves the chair back to one of the tables.
Yeah.
Oh my god. So question, has an enemy been following us as this entire time since that first encounter?
Only in the outer city.
Only in the outer city. Okay, that's good to know.
Interesting.
At least as far as you know.
Yeah. Yeah, Lotus just goes about watering all his plants and is going to say to the serpent, "That was quite an eventful day and a half."
Yeah, you okay, bud?
No,
Yeah.
I think I will be, though. Happiness is inevitable, and I will choose joy wherever I can find it.
Happiness is inevitable, and that is a threat.
Yeah. Neela, League of Legends lore. Yeah, he'll just sort of say, I don't know. I'm tired.
Yeah, why don't you get yourself some rest, bud?
Hopefully this amulet is worth something. He'll finish watering the plants and will just lie down.
All right. What are you two doing?
I guess at least give a greeting to Astra.
She'll, as if you say hello, she'll say, "Oh, hey, how you guys doing? You've been gone a while."
Complete fucking different.
Yeah.
For Lotus.
See, the thing is, like, Lotus was this close to just sort of going off on her and being like, but he just doesn't have the energy. He does not have the energy to start shit and knows that Astray is not a fight that he can win against, and he doesn't want to fight her. It's just very much like the protective bear is coming out in him because he was only requesting that to try and protect everyone in the fucking building.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. He's not gonna say that though, because she's not gonna fucking listen, so why even make the effort?
Mm-hmm. What about you, Cassandra?
Do you mind if I do like a walkthrough of the building? Make sure that there's nothing weird going on? It sounds stupid, but...
You can't go in the kitchen though.
That's where they cook the children.
I mean, just like the doors and stuff.
What?
You know?
The doors? What do you mean?
Oh, just kind of like do an outside walk, and she's just gonna check through and make sure that Solar Legion isn't around.
Yeah,
and kind
sure.
of just almost a comfort to herself.
Yeah, just don't open the door in the back.
That's also where they cook the children.
Where they cook
Oh no.
the meth.
Yeah, true.
Hono will
That's
assist
children.
Cassandra.
Oh, so you guys are both outside right now?
Oh no. I suppose so. Buddy system.
As you guys sort of
Poor
like
Lotus.
look.
Lotus has the serpent.
Yeah, as you guys are sort of looking, you do. Why don't you both do perception checks?
Alright.
Wow.
Oh no. Alright,
It's all on you, Hono.
well, I got my passive!
Yeah, if you got your passive, that's fine. Did you get a nat
15.
1? I'll say here's how I do like perception. I don't know if I've said this. If you like roll bad or lower than your passive, as long as it's not a nat 1, you can still use your passive. If it's a nat 1, fucking got jack and shit.
Well, technically my plus is an 8.
Yeah, so,
Sorry. But, because I have Observant, it goes up to 25, I got a 15 plus 8, so I got a 23. Sorry, not a 25, a 23.
okay, so you got the same as your passive.
Yes, that's what I meant when I got my passive.
That's fine. And what'd you say, Cassandra?
I'm going with my passive, which is so bad, it's 15.
Yeah, Hono does notice that there is a bronze spider walking along the roof that sort of looks at you, but doesn't seem to be like particularly after you. It just seems to be in the area.
Is that so? I've had this passive this entire time.
Yes.
Have they been this prevalent, or are they just all of a sudden showing up?
So what seems to have happened is that they seem to have been there for a while. It's just, or rather, they seem to have come in with the Legion, and now that the Legion is more prevalent, they're here more. And you're just noticing more because you're looking for them more too.
Yeah. God damn it! This is gonna be like the Raven situation in my Saturday game.
Yeah.
And it turns out all the Ravens were fucking agents for a god.
But this one is not like tailing you or anything. It just
obviously.
it's in the neighborhood and waves at you a little bit, but it doesn't like do anything to like fuck with you.
I think Hono would actually give a small little wave back to the spider.
Yeah.
Just like, hi, I guess.
You do, Cassandra, you do notice Hono doing this, and because Hono is doing this at the spider, you do notice the spider doing that back.
The spider waved to this man. Wait, sorry.
Weird. She's just gonna chalk it up to her being crazy at this point.
Yep.
No!
No!
I mean, like, eventually have a conversation on this.
Yeah, she just stares for a minute and then just, do you want to talk about it?
You mentioned that? He's just gonna give you, like, 1,000-yard stare?
Oh, buddy.
That's fair.
Like, this is a whole, oh, you weren't supposed to see that! I still don't know how I feel about these spiders enough to tell the group if they're good or bad. How will eventually just write a little note that says, we will discuss later. And this is probably the first fucking words that he's spoken, quote-unquote, spoken this entire day.
Yeah, we will. I'm sorry that I can help more.
You said sorry that you what?
Couldn't help more. I'm kind of out of my element right now, but...
Shakes his head, seemingly unbothered. But, okay.
Gonna be okay?
Alright, I gotta turn you up.
Oh, sorry. I switched to my headphones, which have a less good microphone, but at least there's no echo.
Yeah, no, you're good. So sorry, can you repeat what you said?
You think Lotus is gonna be okay? I mean, wow. Went through a lot today.
I think Hono will write out. He seems to be going through a lot frequently, but I think in time it should get better. And then after a moment writes, "We're there to support him, correct?"
Aww, you're growing attached to me. Yay!
Sorry, I missed out. My headphones just died.
What was it? Hono essentially said he seems to be going through quite a lot recently, but it should get better. We are there to support him, correct?
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
Fantastic response. 10 out of 10.
Yeah.
Oh, well, yeah. Basically, we're gonna support this weird little sad elf man who seems to have a horrible day every single day.
I mean, yesterday was good.
I guess, yeah, it was actually pretty good. That was a good day out of what day are we on? Day
5.
Yeah.
By the way,
Hi.
you guys are having this conversation outside for a while and sort of checking the doors. Lotus,
Hi.
you're wore out. You're so wore out that you don't even realize you're starting to get dream hungry again. However, as you sleep, what's your passive perception?
15.
15? Yeah, you ain't fucking seeing this shit at all. You ain't fucking aware of this. As you sleep,
no.
you suddenly sort of start to dream. Which should be a red flag because, you know, you don't dream anymore yourself.
Yeah, I have to experience dreams through other people.
But you are currently dreaming, and something feels off about it, but you're so wore out that you can't really do much about it.
Like, even though lucid dreaming would definitely be in his skill set, it's just too much effort at this point.
Yeah. Well, you can't even, like, lucid dream. You cannot connect to the dream realm at all yourself, technically, anymore. You're like the exile in KOTOR 2. You can.
I don't know what that means.
You can use the force through other people. You just can't connect to it yourself. That's what that.
Wait. So what? So when I'm pulling, like, you know, from dreams for my like spells and magic and stuff, and for wild shape, that is solely
that's
from
tapping into the dream realm ambiently. Like you're sort of like ambiently using the like ambient energy, like from other people around you, or the stuff in the air. You are not directly yourself connecting to the dream realm.
It's like a white mage in Final Fantasy XIV. They're drawing on the ether of the land around them to do their magic. Okay,
so,
got it.
You have dreams, and you're back in Moon Tier. But you're not Lotus. You're an enemy right now.
God dang it, your sister snuck. I had a feeling your sister snuck into the room.
And you.
Go
ahead.
I'll look at my hand.
Yeah, you are an enemy. Your hand is actually has. Oh no, wait, no. You don't have. Your hands are very sort of silky smooth on the back, but like you remember, an enemy is like really active, and you see the fronts of them, and like they're kind of calloused because like
the palms.
Yeah, the palms. She kind of sneak off to like practice sword fighting and doing all sorts of unladylike activities.
Yeah.
And currently, you are sort of just like you're getting a lecture from your mother right now about how you're such an undignified young lady and this is no behavior for a somnium and blah blah blah. It's like at this you're tuning it out, but at the same time it's still painful. Like I'm sure you listen, I'm sure you and I both have had this experience of like we're being fucking chewed out, but we are tuning it out, but it still fucking hurts. You're basically disassociating.
Yeah. Just going literally anywhere else.
And this happens over and over and over and over again. You fuck up, you get chewed out, and it's awful. It's just
over and over and over and over and over and over. Yeah.
And the only escape you have is when you you see the times when an enemy would hang out with you, Lotus.
Yeah.
The only true escape she seems to have, because even those sort of feel like just temporary.
Yeah.
But you see memories that you've never seen from her.
Mm-hmm.
And you see her go into she sneaks off and she goes into the cellar of one of the storage parts of the manor that you lived at in Moontier. And she goes in there and she fucking turns off every single light inside of it. And she just sits in the dark for hours at a time sometimes.
Floor time?
Yep. And it's this is the only time that she can just decompress and sort of not be so overstimulated by all the bullshit that she has to deal with. And you get these moments of as she gets older, she starts to talk to the darkness. Just sort of you're just venting your frustrations. She's not expecting anyone to answer, but one day the darkness answers back. As she's talking about how she does not want to do any of this, that she wants to become a wandering adventurer and have a rapier in hand and do what she wants instead of having to fucking settle down with some stuffy nobleman who probably doesn't even fuck good or anything.
Yeah.
And the darkness actually answers back and says, it's... Oh man, sorry, I don't have the exact speech planned out, but...
It's a temporary setback! It's a momentary loss!
Anyways, it's more basically, she and the darkness have these conversations where darkness says that it's strange that she finds herself more free here in this space than she does out there. And she talks about how her sometimes she feels overstimulated by everything, that it's so much that too many voices and too many sights and stuff, and sometimes it's just hard to focus on all sorts of things. And how it feels here, at least, nobody's judging her or looking at her in any sort of way that she has to conform to them. That she even admits I think I might be going crazy because I'm talking to you, but it is at least pleasant. And the darkness replies, "Oh, come now, you're not going crazy, dear. It's perfectly natural to have a vent of your frustrations in these sort of situations, and I am always willing to lend an open ear." And this sort of continues until one day she comes down into this storage cellar, and she is absolutely in tears, like, and you, Lotus, don't remember this or this ever happening, ever, like, her being in this much of a state.
Yeah.
And she like literally smashes like one of the lights like with her fucking fist until like she's got like shards of glass in her hand.
Oh.
And she is just like practically screaming in anger and frustration. And as she shuts off the last light, she fucking you don't see this because it's obviously pure darkness.
Yeah.
But you feel sort of like a comforting hand on your shoulder, or in this like situation where you are an enemy.
Yeah.
And he sort of asks her what happened, and she says, "Mother found me a husband. I'm gonna be shipped off to the Star's Spire in a couple of weeks." And there's a pause as he says, "There's a way out of this. A way for you to truly be free. To unbind yourself from the shackles of society. It's your choice. It'll hurt, but you will have the ability to keep yourself free." And she says, "What? Anything." And in an enemy's hands, you feel a long...
The scooper.
Yeah, you feel the long, slender blade passed into it. And there's not even any words to be said. She sort of immediately catches on to what this is and what is being asked of her. And she does it without hesitation.
Yo.
And like that, this dark space instantly becomes completely readable. Every single object in it, all around you in like nearly 100-foot radius, is laid out instantly in an enemy's head.
Huh.
But it's all in a way that doesn't feel overstimulating. It's pure, like, easy
outlines,
pure
sketches,
outlines, easy to read, no intense details or lights or sounds. Obviously sounds are still there, but like this cuts down on like the total noise.
No color.
No color. It's like pure black and white monochrome, no even like shading or anything. Kind of almost like a blueprint, but on like white lines.
I get it. Yeah, I get you.
And it's
like in Teen Titans, where whenever Raven's using her powers. Yeah.
It's like that. Just like she can completely read everything in like 100-foot radius, even like above and below her.
Yeah.
And she holds out her hand, and a rapier of darkness just sort of like coalesces in her hand. And she smiles and immediately cuts open the lock on that she locked the storage thing with, and runs out into the woods, just gone. And you see her. She, throughout the years, going on like these adventures. Like she hunts powerful beasts and takes down people she views as corrupt. And sometimes just gets into fucking fights for the fun of it. Just challenging people or but you remember an enemy. You remember when you used to play that she was relatively honorable in her little play fights.
Yeah.
And such. Now she fucking fights dirty, and she likes it. Like, she'll ambush people that she's hunting, or in a fight she'll disappear and reappear behind someone, or toss a knife in one direction and it sneaks back. And then you see her fight, sort of like track down a mage of like a sort of dangerous wizard that she's been hunting. And suddenly that you just sort of you see them sort of clash, and then he goes to cast a spell, and it sort of actually hurts her for like once in like first time in a while. And she sort of laughs and says, "Oh, this is gonna be fun." And then everything goes dark. And you don't see what happens. Like, this is like something that's so like dark that you don't even get a chance to see it in her memories clearly. And then you see this wizard like literally pinned to a tree by several black knives. Completely stone dead. And then you see her going into Starspire and doing various stuffs there until you see her throw that knife at that one Solar Legionnaire in front of you.
Yeah.
And you see her look at, you sort of see her look at Hono, and through her eyes you see past Hono's mask.
Bastard!
You see that his mask hides gears and metal sheets on his face, and his whole entire body is made up of intertwined mechanisms instead of flesh and blood. And she just puts a finger to her lips and does the shh motion before jumping into darkness. And that's the last thing you see before you wake up.
Yeah. I think Lotus will...
You wake up completely full, though. You have been fed in your sleep.
That's new. I think he'll look around the room and sort of zero in on any shadows he can see.
There's no shadows in this room, but there is a vase on your nightstand that has a blackened enemy in it.
He'll take the flower, and I think he'll cast Detect Thoughts, and he's just gonna walk around first his room, and then walk around the boarding house at large, seeing if he can find her, all the while with the blackened enemy in hand. Let me go ahead and roll on my dream chart, too. Hold on.
Well, this is one of your innate spells, so it wouldn't be a dream.
Yeah, that's true, but the thing is, they always happen. They always happen whenever he is doing something that is concentration. That is a 15, a dream of peace. So instead of the black mist, this glittering pink mist sort of swirls around his ankles, drifting lazily like a incense smoke, draping around in a pink twinkling haze that smells of sweet smoke. Amongst the knee-height haze, lotus flowers will sporadically bloom, butterflies flutter about, and bubbles containing woven circles drift lazily, providing a sense of calm amongst the chaos. This can only apply to healing or non-damaging spells. So yeah, all the while he's just walking about, clad in this dream mist that swirls about his legs.
You actually sort of brush up against, as you're like wandering, you brush up against Hono and Cassandra's mind slightly. You feel like a jealous like fucking kick on your mental psyche as you brush up against Cassandra's mind with all
Yeah.
the force of a secretary bird against a plastic cobra.
Yeah. Just a
You're
very
saying not today.
Yeah, just a very
Look at
quiet,
here.
A little
just a very quiet, ow.
But you do sort of like just catch a brief fucking darkness in your fucking mind that sort of lingers like a pit. near one of the
Immediately, the
areas.
moment he senses that, Lotus is going to reach out with his telepathy and say, thank you for the meal, sister, though I would like to talk proper.
You just get a like surprisingly musical laugh in your head and say, it's more fun this way, like a little game. You could use some more smiles in your life, brother. And it's just gone.
I think Lotus will sort of stand there, just heralded in this mist. He is going to walk back closer to his room because he's not trying to accidentally reach out to Astray. He will walk back to his room, drop it, and given the fact that the other two are still outside, he's going to walk down and he is going to say to Astray, listen, I am sorry about what I did. I didn't know, but I'm going to let you understand this. If I am asking for the door to be barred in any way, that is not me looking to protect myself. I look out for other people.
She casts silence.
He will move out of the
It's a 40-foot radius helping
Yeah.
in this room.
She's like cast it at right at the point where there's no way you can like fucking get out of it.
And even if you get out of it, she can't hear you.
Yeah.
Oh, do I be a real dick? Oh, do I be a dick? Oh!
Could this be about the time that we come back in so we don't have
you
like
do.
a
You guys do come back in to Lotus sort of like silently mouthing at Astra.
just looks back and forth.
Soda's just gonna shrug and walk upstairs.
And
Like, that'll work itself out.
yeah.
He will... You know what? Fuck it. He's going to, tear out a sheet of paper and write down as big as he can, and he is going to wad that up and throw it at her feet, and that paper is just going to say, I protect my own. You can hate me all you fucking wish, but if I ask for something to be barred the door, I expect you to at the very least consider the other people that you don't hate.
Astra's not even gonna
Oh.
look at this fucking piece of paper.
Yeah. He just stands there. Doesn't say anything.
Mm-hmm. He continues to ignore you.
Yep.
Silence does eventually drop.
They like, oh god.
Yeah, he will say exactly that thing before marching up the stairs.
Still continues to ignore you.
That's fair.
And she's gonna turn to you, Hono, and say, "Oh, hey, Hono, you doing all right?"
She's still in silence, right?
No, silence
is this
wore off. They like stood there in silence until it wore off.
Just, yeah. Lotus
Oh,
is a
what?
petty bastard.
It's 10 minutes long. It
Yeah.
is 10 minutes.
Lotus has nothing but time. He's a druid and a Domfear. And an elf!
Like,
This man has nothing but time!
Okay, if it was the full 10 minutes, Hono definitely would have just sat in a corner and was staring at you guys, ready to stop if there was going to be an actual fight, but was also like, I don't think I can do anything about this, so I'm just gonna sit here and stare.
Yeah.
His hands are steepled in front of him, just...
Yeah.
But yes, when Ashtray finally speaks to him, he'll just sign, I'm alright. There's a little bit of hesitancy there.
What, did your dream cake friend do something to you? I'll kill him!
Everything okay?
Sorry, what?
Everything okay?
He signs, it will be. Do not worry.
That's good.
Then he kind of just stares at her, looks back at the stairs, and looks back at her and goes, I assume you're just never going to forgive him.
Nope.
Yeah.
Until fucking days fucking payment gets out, he's either gonna leave or I'm going to kill him.
We'll sign, I try to convince him to stop trying, then.
Yep.
He's gonna get up?
Yeah, I think Lotus is in his room packing all his fucking plans.
Yep, simple it is.
Yeah, I guess I'm gonna go try to talk to Lotus. Oh my god. Did we confirm if we're going to the temple or not? Like when Hono and Cassandra were outside? Because I know the initial thing was we were going to go to the temple anyway.
Oh, that's true. That's true.
Lotus, at the very least, is going to the temple. He's done with this place.
I
Oh
should
my
probably
God.
go to the temple too, seeing as I'm like the overseer person.
Yeah.
I think I will maintain a room here, but I will probably bring my plants to the temple.
Yeah.
Or at least some of them. I will start bringing them like one by one.
Yeah. I
So I have
think,
a valid reason to keep
yeah.
coming back.
And there's also a greenhouse at the Somnia Manor.
Ooh.
Yeah, do you, you still coming to talk to the mans?
Probably yes. Oh god. Can't believe your sister outed me!
Yeah.
So rude!
Ain't she a little
I think-
stinker?
She is a little stinker.
I think if he hears the door open, he's just going to say,
He's not gonna open the...
Yeah.
He's gonna knock, and it's gonna be
Yeah.
very light and polite. He's not gonna open the door on you.
Lotus will call out over his shoulder, Astray, if that's you, you better kill me fucking quick.
There's a hesitance. There's a quietness, and then, you see a little note get shoved under the door?
Yeah, I'll grab it.
Not Ashtray. Can I come in?
Come in. I think this is the most outwardly, like, mad you have heard, Lotus.
Yeah. I will say Hono's like starting to regret trying to talk to you right now. He's like, oh man, you grumpy.
Oh man, he gwump.
Yeah,
Grumpy.
Lotus, it has, like, one plant tucked under his arm, another plant tucked under the other arm, and then one tied around his hip with some rope.
Hey, I'm Grump. I'm not so Grump.
Well, first of all, Hodo will come into the room and see what you're doing, and just kind of put hands out to like hold one of the plants for you.
I'm fine. I can carry it myself, the same way that I carry every other piece of shit burden in my life myself.
So aggro.
You're so angry.
I appreciate the help, but I am fucking done with this place. She cannot forgive me all she wants. I didn't fucking know any better, but that is my last straw. I'm not going to try to get along with her, but if I'm asking for something as simple as a locked door to protect other people and protect everyone in this fucking building, and she wants to make her problem with me everyone else's problem, well, that's just too fucking bad. I'm done with this place. And he is going to, carry the plants, tuck, the second pot, so where there's two under his arm, and he's, going to reach into his bag and take out, no, you know what? She doesn't take my fucking money. That's so right. I remembered.
Yeah, once your deal runs out is what I meant to say earlier.
Yeah, no. I mean, she doesn't take his platinum at all. He tried to pay her.
Oh, that right. Yeah. That's right.
Yeah. So, he's going to, walk out the door, and is just going to say, I hope you enjoy being found out by every fucking mafia person in here. Whatever you got going on, you're not getting any help from me, and if they want to help you, that's fine and good. I don't give a shit anymore. And, yeah, again, this is the only time Lotus has been genuinely angry. And he is going to make every effort to slam that door as hard as he can as he leaves.
As you do, like, it psionically sticks and you cannot move it to slam it.
Lotus will just hiss at her, and close the door.
You just
She doesn't respond.
Cassandra. Before, are we like, as the door is like not even being able to slam, you just hear frantic knocking at Cassandra at your door, Cassandra.
Cassandra is just gonna kind of fling the door open, and you've seen that like she's already packed the meager things she has, and it's kind of just like raised eyebrows staring at you. Lotus got into a fight, didn't he?
I wouldn't call that a fight. I wouldn't call that a fight.
You know, to have a fight, two people have to be willing, or at least actually fighting each other. If someone refuses to fight and has the means to keep the other person from doing anything, then it ain't no fight. It's one person having a tantrum.
Yeah, that's exactly what it was.
She is kind of locked back in the room, and she's been in the room packing for the last couple minutes. I think she would just assume that it's a fight. She wasn't witnessing the whole thing.
Well, Hodo will just frantically scribble out, which even with his frantic scribbling, it's still very nice looking, and very legible. We'll just say, we need to go after Lotus. He's very angry right now. I couldn't even...
By the way, how fast is Lotus walking?
He's walking as fast as he can to the fucking temple to pay Will.
All right.
Let's go. Jog.
Roll me a d20, Lotus.
We're like right after him.
You've been talking... There's enough time for him to have some space between you guys.
God damn it.
Oh, no.
A 4?
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
As you turn the corner, you see... are you trying to be stealthy, or are you just moving?
he will up pass without a trace to try and be stealthy.
All right,
He's
roll me
not
a stealth check.
He's not stupid.
Roll me a stealth check then.
That's a 19 on the die, which let me double check my bonus from pass without a trace.
10.
That's a plus 10, so it's a 29.
Okay, yeah, 29.
Okay, you are good. You see a group of as you pass the court, sort of like start walking around the corner. You see like a group of like 5 Gru, like sort of.
Yeah.
And they hold up a crudely drawn picture of you, and they sort of like point in like various directions.
Uh-huh.
But
yeah, I will say when Lotus ups pass without a trace this time, in the AoE, as far as Lotus is concerned, or anyone who crosses into the boundary, they're in the middle of the open ocean with only the faintest bit of light coming down from above as a yawning, deep, black chasm of the Midnight Zone below hangs, waiting. Every now and then, strange shapes of sea monsters and strange lights seem to move about in the gloom.
mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah, you managed to pass by these these little Gru as they're gibbering jabbering about you. It seems like.
Yeah, he'll sort of look at them with disgust as he passes by. Does he make it to the temple fine?
Yeah, he makes it to the temple fine.
Yeah, immediately he's
It'd
setting
be
up...
so funny if you got kidnapped in this one, too.
It would, but I'm really hoping I don't at any point.
That would, like, that we don't, you're out of our sight for, like, legitimately maybe 2 minutes at max, and you get fucking kidnapped.
It's been faster! In the Wednesday game, it's been faster!
Lapis gets fucking kidnapped all the time in games.
Yeah, so
Lapis.
he'll very calmly sort of roll his shoulders back, take a few deep breaths, drop pass without a trace, and he'll gently set down his plants and make sure that they're undamaged.
They are.
Yeah. He'll go ahead and tend to that, and he will grab some firewood and light the hearth of the temple.
So, question, when we're following Lotus, do we have to fight these girls?
You do not. They managed to... They dispersed before you got to them.
Okay, so it was fairly quickly.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think after lighting the hearth, Lotus will transform into a very soft-looking pink Persian cat that is just decked out in all of this rose gold and gold jewelry. Again, think like a Bayonetta type of Beast Within situation.
Yeah.
And he'll just cozy up by the hearth.
Well, I guess there's no more fights between Lotus and Astrid.
Thank goodness.
I still have to go back there. My plants are there.
Yeah, she likes you though.
And Nova's
You're-
plants are there too.
She likes you. You're not a fucking freak gake spawn.
I know she likes me. But, oh jeez. Oh man. Very grumpy Lotus today.
So grumpy. Wow.
Yeah. Sort of
Alright.
similar vibes to any of these critters.
Anyways.
Yeah.
God.
La Critura.
Alright,
I'll
well,
make it to the temple alive.
So yeah, you guys get to the temple too. And you see Lotus fucking curled up as a cat next to the fire.
just kind of stares at this. Oh. Odd. Well, Lotus seems fine. Lotus is now a cat.
I think this is also like only the second time y'all have ever seen him wild shape.
Yeah.
You
Oh.
guys should probably go to bed. I should probably do some work as temple person, you know?
Is it time for us to go to sleep yet? Because technically it would be like the middle of the day.
No, it's close to night now.
Oh, really? Because I thought we got on the gondola. I guess it would be like late after. I don't know.
Yeah, it's late afternoon. Lapis took a little midday nap because he was wore out.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Overwhelmed.
Well, late afternoon, and we don't have to go to sleep now, but I guess we leave Cat Lotus to do his thing. I know we were technically. Sorry.
His thing being just lounging by the hearth right now. He's got to be an emotional support animal for enrichment reasons at the moment.
Well,
maybe we should take the day off. You two look like you need it.
The most horrific cat noises.
Ma, there's a weird fucking cat out there.
It looks like a drag queen, the fucking thing.
Well, yeah, I guess we're taking the rest of the day off. I mean, unless you were actually going to do some temple stuff, Hono would assist you, because... Feelings right now. Well, yeah.
I think Cassandra is not going to do temple stuff. She's just gonna kind of be like, oh yeah, I've got some paperwork I need to do. And then she's gonna sneak off to the training yard and just, like, grab the closest sword she can find to the Peace Knot sword and start practicing with it.
Mm-hmm.
Like drills, training stuff. Because she's never really, like, she's more been a hammer person.
I realize I also have to reach out and touch faith with somebody. So I guess I'll do that at some point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As you're... Okay, Cassandra, make me a... just roll me a D100 as you're doing this training.
Interesting.
Interesting.
I feel a lot of fear. 24?
24! Hey, that's within the acceptable range. As you sort of do this, as you sort of, like, clearly, like, making, like, sort of training effort. This is not, once again, you have converted this from, like, what used to be sort of like a night monastery to, like, something more peaceful. This, like, training ground is still, like, a relic of that. And as you're sort of doing this, you sort of suddenly see, like, these, like, they're not ghosts. The knights that lived here have long since, like, passed over. They're not restless spirits or anything, but it's almost sort of like like an imprinted memory in the place. And you sort of just watch them do, like, various sword katas, you know, sort of sword stances, like, practicing. You see a couple of them taking up their long swords and dueling each other in single and two-handed methods, and you get sort of, like, they're not interacting with you. You're, like, seeing a live display rather a recorded display rather than anything that can be interacted with. But this sort of, like, fading memory that's of Kadar's knights sort of still lingers on to help the next generation on.
Memory. Memory.
But yeah, you can make me. You're a war cleric, so you already know how to do martial weapons. So I'm not gonna make you roll anything. But you know, you just you get a little more like familiar, a little more familiar with actually using a longsword proper. So yeah, you have that little experience. You sort of also, because of that, sort of just get the sense that that because this isn't like as dramatic of a transition as the miracle at Oxy was. There's still little bits and pieces of Kadar's lingering will here that's gonna every now and then give you a little push to the next generation until it's all sort of spent.
That's cool. That's cool.
Yeah. Like, once again, no ghosts or, like, actually them. It's just, like, the lingering presence before it's all fully gone. Like, the candles...
Almost kind of like memories that are just residue.
Yeah. And candle's not completely burnt out just yet, but you already got the new candle next to it. And... yeah.
Hell yeah.
And what are you doing, Hono?
Well, first of all...
First of all, fuck you.
No. First of all, I was gonna find a room where I can close the door and keep people from coming in. And also specifically keep spiders out. And that it could be well lit so there's no shadows in there.
Impossible to have anything without any shadows at all. But you can make it well lit so the shadows are pretty small.
Yes, that's my plan, because I know that she is following us around. And I'm like,
little stinker.
Yeah, little stinker. And I don't know what she did. I don't know the amount of crime she did.
Yeah, she's just having a good time. She's playing around, man. She can do whatever she wants to now.
Yeah.
I mean, except read, but I mean, read.
Okay, well, there's Braille for that. She can learn.
I know.
She learned Braille.
She did learn Braille.
It's fine. Well, first of all, I'm gonna look over that little coin purse I got and kind of get a vibe on it. Is it just? It's just like a little coin purse. Does it have any magic to it, or is it just?
I mean, it's inherently got a little magic, being dragon scale. You get the sense that it's basically a bag of holding, but for coins. You can probably put like almost any amount of coinage in here, and it'll hold it. But it won't hold anything other than coins and maybe jewels. It's like a dragon's hoard pouch. You get the sense also that it can't like hold like an entire hoard of gold, but like you get the sense this could hold.
But it's like a bag of holding specifically for gold.
Yeah.
So a bag of holding's worth of holding stuff.
Yeah.
Well, that's a
lot of gold. That is still a lot of gold. It is a bag of holding only for gold and treasure.
And if you convert that to platinum, even more money.
Exactly.
But yeah, okay, that's
However,
now.
There is nothing in it right now. It's completely empty. You turn it out.
I assumed it'd be empty.
It's a dragon horde wallet is what I'll call it.
Okay, I will put that in my inventory and I'll determine if I'm keeping it or giving it to Azulta next time.
Yeah. This one's useful, but it's more of like a little cool magical thing than like something like Ring of Free Action.
That ring, that was a really good ring, but I did not want that on my conscience. Can't believe you did that to me. And the next thing I have to do Oh, that should be better. No, it's fine. The next thing I need to do is I gotta reach out to many voices. Because I've learned things. I need to tattle, but also be a good boy and be like, So yeah, I'm gonna just do that.
Alright. You set up and get communications opened. And I think I may have fixed this. We'll see.
Ooh.
Ooh. Alright. Hold on, I'm gonna mute myself real quick while I test it.
Testing. This is too obnoxious. Testing. We are many voices speaking as one.
Alright.
Oh, is it working?
Yes, it is.
Hell yeah.
So, you open up communications with many voices. Hold on just a second. Ooh, where did I put it?
Ah!
The worms! The worms are back! Ah!
Me when the worms are back.
Oh no. Oh, come on.
Oh, was it working and now it's being
No. Ginger, what was Hona's full Steel Forge name?
Oh!
I forgot.
Seeker of knowledge, thirst unquenched, yearning to discover and learn.
Alright, thank you.
His government name.
I mean, you picked it.
You suggested it to me.
Yeah. I mean, in universe,
Oh yes,
Seeker picked it.
Hold on, picked it. Yeah.
Alright.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, if you're looking for any of that information in my thing, it's gonna be on the most bottom type pages. So.
Hey, here we go. Thank you.
Yeah.
Alright. Seeker of knowledge, thirst unquenched, yearning to discover and learn. What have you sought? What do you bring us?
So, Seeker will. There'll be a moment before they find. Oh. Like doing a weird thing. There'll be a moment before they speak. And when they do. Because I know this is a mental communication, right?
Yes.
Okay, so yeah. So they will say, I have found. I have met some interesting individuals, and I have knowledge that you need. Do I start with the, hey, there's a city of artifice, or there's a fucking Death Star floating in the sky first? Or that I reached out to Feywell?
Whichever one you want to do.
I think Seeker will say, I will start with the more easier to swallow information I have. I have reached out to Azultal, and I have also reached out to a new Eidolon, the one that has replaced the Eidolon of Dragons.
No, this is the Eidolon of Dragons, who is replaced...
sorry!
Yeah.
The new... Sorry, not replaced, is taking up the helm?
Yeah, of the new Eidolon of Dragons taking place of, like, the...
Yes,
Eidolon of
okay, sorry.
Knights,
The new Eidolon of Dragons taking up the helm of the old Eidolon. There we go.
Yeah.
I forgot the name of the old one. It's
Kadar.
Kadar. Yes, taking up the helm of Kadar. They go by Feywill, and I have spoken to them. They seem very willing to work with us and speak to other Eidolon.
Hold on, just a sec.
That is excellent news. Thank you for what you have done for us.
Your work is very appreciated, seeker of knowledge.
I fucking love the voice changer.
Yeah, I have
It's
three.
so good.
I have 3 different ones for many voices because they have 3 different aspects.
Yeah. Oh, they're so good. Seeker will also say, I am currently in the temple to Feywill. Obviously with less of the ums. I'm just very ummy today.
You're good.
One of the ones that I travel with is the new... What is it? The
A cleric.
Keeper of the Temple / cleric?
Yeah.
Yes, the cleric too.
They're the head of the temple because they raised it, so they're like the overseer.
Mm-hmm. One that I travel with is the head of the temple of this new Eidolon of Feywill. And she is she seems to be very community driven. I think that they will be good for us. However, I have interacted with one that we should be very concerned about. Do you know of one of us called the Clockwork Gardener? Keeper of Rage.
The heads and bodies of many voices sort of seem to shift until with the one that seems to be more of the speaker role, usually at the front, the archivist one more on the other side, and suddenly the sort of more of war aspect sort of switches to the front
Oh, hi!
and says,
Presence is regrettable. They do not wish to interact with us.
and you understand implicitly that the us is Kairos, not like the the Steelforged people.
Yeah.
I mean themselves, Kairos.
Yeah. Seeker will just kind of nod, but then go into, this is a fun little thing that happened. So Seeker will say, they have reached out to me and we have conversed. The Clockwork Gardener goes by T, right?
He,
They,
they.
them? Oh.
He, they. It's
He,
fine.
they? Okay. Okay, so just whatever. They spoke to me of their plans, and their movements in the city are seen, or at least have been seen to me. The ones I spoke before, the Solar Legion, they are working with them. With the plan of, well, it seems, destroying all of the idle ones. Oh shit, I had more things to say about this.
Go ahead. Take your time.
Oh, yes, and then he will also add that I believe that what are we calling Oleander Steelforged? Or
That's what you've been calling Oleander.
like I don't well no, because I brought it up too. I brought it up to them and I'm like, I don't know what he is.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess the one that has the same words as a Steelforged that is with the Solar Legion. I believe that the technology given to them by the Clockwork Gardener to create him.
Is that all Seeker is saying?
But yeah, I probably should tell him that he showed me the felling of the cities.
Hey, that's up to you.
I'm still kind of trying to. I'm thinking on that one.
As you're thinking about it, the aspect of war will speak once more.
It is not agreeable to us that the Gardener is working with one such as the Solar Legion, even if they have plans to betray them. Their goal of destroying the Ions is a foolhardy one.
And then it's going to switch over to the archivist aspect. All of this has been played out time and time again. The people of Artifice thought themselves better than the Eidolons. It's regrettable what happened to them. It is a tragedy in its own way. But Walira is a living world. It has a very delicate balance. Things must be done to protect it. And when foolish people try to put themselves above the natural order, that is when things go wrong.
Seeker of knowledge will agree. Because I mean, obviously, I trust them more than the random spaceman who's tempting me with the fruit of knowledge. Fuck you, man! Why you gotta do this to me? But oh boy, he's probably gonna keep tempting me. I guess I will let them know that he did show me the felling of the cities of Artifice. So Seeker will just kind of nod and agree, and then we'll go. I believe that the Clockwork Gardener is attempting to
seduce me. Okay, but that would actually be the proper term. Seduce doesn't inherently mean sexual thing.
Yeah.
I know, you're totally right there.
Absolutely.
You know what? You said it, so there we go. The Clockwork Gardener's trying to seduce me. I do love that. I believe he has a little bit. He has showed me. His library, and attempted to tempt me with the forbidden knowledge. Well, attempted to tempt me with forbidden knowledge. I'm so good at this RP right now, Jesus. I, however, did not let him let me know the forbidden knowledge. I'm sorry. However, I did see the last day of the cities, how they were and how they fell.
The central aspect is going to turn to you now and speak.
We know the pain, the death, the suffering, the fear. We were there as seeker of knowledge. We saw it. It is a wound in us, in all of us who still remember. It is a burden that is hard to bear. We did not show you this to spare you and the others the pain. Maybe we should have, but we still wish to keep our children from pain.
Thanks, Dads. Oh. I think, if anything, I mean, Seeker's just going to be kind of quiet after that, but after a moment, we'll just give a kind of quiet apology that they went through that they suffered through that. But yeah. That wasn't a fun thing to learn about.
Yeah.
I also think that Seeker would say learning about something like that is obviously painful. I can't say if it's right for us to know or not know, seeing as I have just learned. But you have known this knowledge for a very long time, and you have gone through it, you have processed it. If you were to teach us this, then I think you would also be the one to help us through it. And I think it's probably the best RP I did today! Woo!
Very good.
Give me just a second. Oh no, oh no. Where did I put it? Where? I accidentally... where is it? Oh, there we go. Ah, there we go. Got him. Okay, so, central, the speaker aspect is going to speak first.
We will think on this. It is troubling, but perhaps it must needs be done.
Then, the archivist is going to turn to you.
You are is another. We trust you.
Little robo blush.
We trust you implicitly in this. If you think it is useful to keep in contact with the gardener, then please do. There is no harm in learning some of what he may have to teach. In fact, it may even help you grow and learn. But the knowledge of artifice is not forbidden because it's because we want to keep it from you. It is forbidden because it does not take into account the effect it has on Walira as a whole, as a form of magic, of manipulating the world. It is completely indifferent. Even those who practice arcane wizardry or other forms like that still fall in line with some minor order, even if it is more esoteric. Artifice ignores this order at all times. This is why we have forbidden it, not because the knowledge itself is harmful. If you wish to learn some of it to keep up a relation with the gardener and observe him, we will authorize you to do so.
Holy shit!
It is because we trust you, seeker of knowledge.
Wow, Wick. You put a lot of power in my little hands, huh? Seeker will nod and go, I am honored by your trust. I am honored that you will allow me to learn these things. If I learn something that perhaps is too great for me, is there a way to remove it myself, or or will I have to go to one of you? Or go home or something? How would I word that?
Is there a way to rid myself of that knowledge?
Yeah, like
without
rid
returning?
anything that might be too much, yeah.
We understand the burden this is to you. In this, we authorize this.
And you feel something click inside of you.
Oh.
And in your arm, a crystal sort of springs out of a socket, like attached to a cord.
Hey, when did that get there?
It's sort of been there. You just never, looked into it.
No, I know, I'm just making a joke.
This is a blank memory crystal. If you view the knowledge as too tempting, once you have learned it, you can hook this to your neural port, and download the information from your mind into it. And then you can externally delete it. It is not able to hold massive amounts of memories or events, but it will allow you to rid yourself of knowledge you deem too tempting.
Thanks, Wick. Seeker will thank them, and will say I will use it wisely.
This is a large responsibility we are giving you, Seeker. It is regrettable that this situation has arisen. old wound. We and the gardener both bear. It is sad that we cannot come to a compromise. But that is what we must do. We must take actions to protect ourselves and protect Valera. Even if those actions are violent, it must only be unnecessary violence. Do not become twisted in your search for more intel.
Seeker will nod and say, I have no intention to.
The aspect of war will turn, and the aspect of speaking will resume once again. And just a second.
You are one of our brightest minds, Seeker.
Way too many compliments.
What you do is dangerous, and we thank you from the bottom of our hearts.
The Seeker will just say, I am doing as I think is right for our people.
That's all we can ever ask of you. Just do as you think is right. Sometimes even we can be wrong. We value the input of everyone.
Gives a nod. Hey, Rick, have I told you I love many voices?
You have, and I'm glad you do.
I love all these funky robot men that you keep tossing at me. Well, okay, I think that's the most of the conversation I got.
Anything else?
Unless they have anything else.
No.
I think if anything, I will just say I'll keep them updated as things go.
Keep yourself safe, Seeker.
Keep yourself smart, Seeker. Keep your blades ready, Seeker.
Every time the voice of speaking speaks, I feel like she's like 2 seconds away from sobbing.
She's got a lot of fucking trauma.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Speaking of trauma and conversations with robots, I think close to the 2-hour mark, Lotus is going to, still in cat form, CAD his way over to Hono's room and is going to sort of paw at the door and just
Oh no.
But yeah, you.
I have no clue what's coming.
You have at this point finished talking with many voices.
Yes. I've probably just been chilling in the room that I've decided, like, okay, I think this is safe from prying eyes, maybe.
And you hear a cat. Just,
I truly hope, by the way, that the voice mod did not fuck up the recording.
It
have
didn't.
to see.
I hope it didn't.
I hope it didn't, because it was very good.
Does known scaredy cat Hono get scared by the sudden cat noise?
Wow.
No,
it's
more fucked up than that. It's like,
oh, definitely. If it's like that, Hono's like
cat of your nightmares.
The dream.
Hono's
cat.
in the middle of like organizing something. Like, I will make this nice and pretty. I don't even think this is my room yet, but I've decided it is. I hear that and just immediately just kind of like jumps a little bit.
the sound of two tiny paws. Well, not tiny, because this is a big fucking cat from a big fucking boy, pawing at the door. Like, like
You're
I'm
like a
talking
Maine
like
Coon-sized
yeah,
cat.
like Maine Coon, Norwegian forest cat vibes.
Those.
Yeah, just bop, 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 patting on the door.
There's probably like a moment or two of silence before you maybe hear. Actually, no, he's pretty fucking stealthy. Before you hear the door open, I was gonna say you hear his feet coming over. But...
Yeah, as soon as the door opens, Lotus leaps and mid-leap transforms back into an elf. He wanted to be dramatic.
Jesus Christ.
Let me
Needs...
roll. I'm gonna roll a little whiz check to see if he jumps or not from. That's a nat 20. He's cool as a cucumber.
Hono, would you mind closing the door? We would like to have a private discussion.
He looked at you, and he looks behind.
When you get home from school and your mom's sitting at the kitchen table and says, "We need to talk."
Yeah, for real.
Oh, I still have fucking nightmares about that kind of fucking stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, when you say we, and I don't see anyone behind you, he's just gonna cock his head a little bit. And I guess close the door, because he does trust you. I don't think he knows what's coming.
Yeah. Is there a lock on the inside?
I think probably.
Yeah.
We'd have rooms with locks for, like, our own
Yeah.
personal rooms.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think...
I like how I just got my own.
Yeah. I think Lotus is going to look down at Hono and is going to say very calmly, "Now, trust me that I am not going to hurt you." And he is going to lock the door, and he's just going to say, "The only reason I am bringing this up in private is I get the feeling that this is information neither of us would want leaving this room." And he is going to
Panic!
turn his gaze back to Hono, looking down at him with that third eye, and is just going to say, in my slumber earlier, I had a dream. And in that dream, I saw through an enemy's eyes or lack thereof.
Panic!
And he is going to say, "Now, both you and I know what I am talking about here, but should it be agreeable to you, I would like to see your face with my own eye."
I want to do an insight check on you.
Yeah.
Because as much as he does seem to trust you, I don't. What would this be up against? Are you doing? I'm just gonna insight. Oh my god!
What?
What's
What?
the insight? I have a 6. I got a 9.
Your
Lotus
panic
is-
mode absolutely think self-destruct, 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 sequence activate.
I
When
think
I will just say, when you do ask to see his face, he just does take a couple steps back. But yeah, continue your insight thing.
Nah, it's more like you get that fucking like part in Dungeon Meshi where Cabaret's like, "Oh no, I should kill him."
Yeah. I think Lotus is standing there, like, deathly calm. He is not, like, compared to earlier, there is an almost eerie sense of tranquility about this. Like, it is very much like, the way to describe it is, even though he is being genuine, his, like, demeanor of calm is giving the vibes of almost like a predator sizing up prey. That sort of deathly stillness.
Oh shit! There's no music on right now.
He's not, again, he is trying to be genuine, and you would probably pick that up. But again, compared to the rage earlier, which, again, that's pretty mild as far as anger goes for my characters. Just comparatively to what he's usually like, that was rage. This is almost upsetting. The lack of movement, the lack of not even any sudden movements. He has completely done away with the facade of breeding. He is so committed to the idea of not doing anything to startle you that, like I said, it almost comes across less like someone trying to stay calm during an intervention and more of a predator sizing up a potential prey item. And he will say very calmly, "I'm not going to hurt you. I promise. Do you honestly think me the kind of person that would do that sort of thing to someone that I think I can trust?"
You could see how it does look. Let me actually do a performance to see how fucking panicked he might be. That's a nat 20. He is cool as a cucumber.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Okay, hold on. He's panicked as fuck, but it's a nat 20, which was a 21 for me. So
I will make an insight check and see if I can beat that.
Do it!
That's an 18 on the die for a 25.
Oh, you bastard! Alright, even with a nat 20... Oh, you could see that Ono currently is trying, like, every fucking fiber of his being is trying to stay cool right now. But he is definitely panicking. There's like a slight twitch. I don't think your hearing is high enough to hear like gears or anything, right? Or if would he be panicked enough that perhaps he does hear you?
Yeah, you're starting to overclock a little bit.
Yeah, I think Lotus is going to hold up one of his hands and is going to say, "I'm going to walk a little closer. Take deep breaths. Calm down. It's okay."
I don't breathe.
You feel like you hear the fucking like little fan coolers and Seeker just like it's like a gaming PC trying to play Mario.
Yeah. Lotus is going to very slowly walk forward and raise his other hand as well.
Here's the thing. He doesn't think you're going to hurt him. There is the reason he's afraid of anyone finding out is because it could hurt the rest of his people.
Yeah.
So that's where a lot of this panic is coming from. You have no clue about that, nor would you.
Yeah. Lotus is going to say, I don't say this to demean you or yours, but I saw through an enemy's eyes what you look like behind the facade, and I wanted to tell you so that oh, God, and he's gonna hold his head. I suck at talking to people, I really do. I don't want you to be afraid of me, of anyone else in the party. I'm not going to say anything if you don't want me to, and your secret is safe with me, but I just... As I said, I saw through an enemy's eyes, and she sees through things. I would much rather look upon you with my own gaze. And I believe if... And here, take a deep breath and gulp. If it would be a show of good faith, Lotus is going to make sure the belt around his hips of the robe is secure, and he is going to sort of slide off the top portion of his robe and is going to show like the full extent of scarring all over his torso. The giant sun-shaped scar over his stomach, to the point that there is no longer any semblance of a navel. The scars over his shoulders and the one completely encompassing his back and wrapping around, like, towards his sides. There are no secrets here. Not from me.
I will say, after a moment, I mean, obviously, Seeker, oh no, is still kind of a little panicked, but,
It had to happen eventually.
I did, but I can't believe that it was from a third party.
Yeah!
He will actually kind of just sit down at a table or a bed or something, whatever is in this room, and looks kind of defeated before removing his mask and pulling down his hood, which is probably the first time any of y'all have seen him pull down his hood, because he keeps that shit up all the time.
Yeah.
And after, like, pulling off the hood and some layers of cloth around his face, you could see what looks to be a humanoid robot. Brassy, like, kind of like brassy, maybe like some greens in there and stuff like that. I still have to actually, like, fully draw him and figure out his design.
Yeah.
But the one distinct thing, which I guess both of y'all share, is there seems to be a pretty gnarly gouge that goes from, like, his left cheek, that goes down his throat, and probably further down.
I think Lotus will take notice of that. Lotus notice. And he will sort of... again, despite, like, the almost predatory vibes earlier, he is going to do something that you would never see something like that do in the wild, and he's going to, you know, look at the gouge on Hono, and he is going to sort of reach up a hand to his own throat, and he is going to trace the scar that is... you've only seen from the front due to how Lotus's hair falls. He is going to turn his back to Hono, again, trust, and is going to lift up the back of his hair, and you are going to see that that scar at the base of his neck goes almost completely around, to the point that there is less than an inch on the very back of his neck that is not covered by it.
Yeah, because you said you were basically almost decapitated. Or,
yeah.
Were you decapitated?
Not fully.
Not fully, and
Almost. Oh,
not like nearly headless Nick either. It was more like halfway.
Yeah.
just kind of flopping around there. Fun times.
Yeah. That little inch, like that less than an inch, that probably centimeter gap, is the sole reason he was able to be brought back in the first place.
Hot
Yep.
damn. You do see, man, I never even thought of what kind of gems would be used in Hollow-Knives. I feel like green works for them, but I have to figure out what kind of green. But you
Ametrine, Adventurine,
don't. Because, I mean...
Moldavite, every witch's worst nightmare!
I will figure it out, and I'll do, like, a little... I gotta, like, actually draw him up. I need to.
Malachite.
Oh.
You really should look up what...
Oh, hello?
Because I do think Moldavite would be a very interesting fit.
Moldavite.
The gist of it is that Moldavite is a gem that will sort of, like, reportedly among, like, witches and, like, you know, gemstone witchery enthusiasts, Moldavite will get rid of all the negativity in your life and, like, will weed out the people that are making your life worse. But it will do it in the most horrifying, harrowing experience imaginable, to the point that everything that comes afterwards seems like a lovely jog for the part.
Just to add about Moldavite, it is created when a meteor impacts on the Earth.
Oh, that's pretty fitting.
That is kind of fitting.
Yeah.
Oh, well, I guess maybe I'll be going with Moldavite for now, which is like a really nice, dark, kind of steep
nice
glass
forest green.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You do see that Hono is watching you, but really hasn't said anything. You can probably gather that he is actually mute or is unable to speak, so does rely on the sign language or writing to speak to you guys.
Yeah. Lotus will then turn to face him again, and will sit down across from him and just say, might I link up to hear your voice? If not, I will respect your wishes. I know I am repeating myself, but I am not here to hurt anyone. Not you, not yours, not Honey, not Nova, not Cassandra. I will only fight back if given reason to, as I have ever done.
There will be a moment where it seems like he's probably thinking, and eventually he will nod.
Lotus will reach out with telepathy. And since that initial thing is he has to reach out with detect thoughts, what is Hono feeling right now?
You could still definitely sense panic, but you could also sense acceptance in the situation.
Yeah.
And also just kind of perhaps trying to reassure themselves that you can be trusted.
Yeah. I think feeling this, there isn't going to be any push deeper beyond just telepathy. He is going to say, I'm coming over, and he's going to stand up, walk over to Hono, and is very gently going to give Hono a very tight hug and is just going to say, in like telepathically, "It felt like you needed that."
Aw.
I wish Cassandra was here because the group would be great. More people to tell.
Yeah.
Also, after this scene, I will have to leave because dinner's almost.
Yeah,
we're
we're
starting
starting
right
all
now.
good. Yeah.
That was good.
Yeah.
That was good.
I'm so sorry. Okay, let's finish this up. We got it. When you hug him at first, there's a lot of hesitancy here.
Yeah.
Before, like, very delicately and gently, you feel his arms also come around you, and mentally, through the telepathy, you finally do hear his voice, and it is a bit tinny. It is soft, it's tinny, and he does say, "Yes, I did."
I think Lotus will say again telepathically, "Your voice sounds like a cicada." With a soft chuckle, and is just going to say, "It reminds me of happier times."
I think you'd actually hear a slight laugh at that, and it's a little bit, it is also tinny, it's a little bit higher pitched, and he says, "I think that's the first time anyone has told me I sound like a cicada."
Aww.
And I think after a moment, he would say, "My real name is Seeker of Knowledge. I'm not giving you my government name, but he will tell you at least the first part, which is Seeker of Knowledge."
And Lotus will say, "Well, seeker of knowledge and a flower that's supposed to reach towards enlightenment. That's a funny meeting there, isn't it?"
I suppose it is. God damn it, these moldavite crystals are really pretty! What the fuck?
Happy Pride Month, everyone!
Happy Pride Month. That's where we'll call it. Did y'all have a good session?
Yes!
Oh, it was so good. I'm sorry it took so long talking to many voices.
No, it was great. I'm glad I finally got the fucking voice mod working.
Yeah. Very good. I'm very happy to speak to them. Also, I fully tattled on fucking...
Yeah, I'm glad you did.
That was okay. I fully tattled on them, and they were
my
like,
good boy who can do no wrong.
He's a good boy. He's a boy. He's practically a Boy Scout. I love him.
Never underestimate the Scouts code.
he's going to be a good boy who occasionally does a crime, okay?
And that's how you become the best boy.
Just in case he commits more crimes.
Oh no!
No, that's how you become the worst boy, parentheses, Oleander.
Yes.
Or the best girl, parentheses, an enemy.
Yeah.
I do love a war crime when it's from a woman.
Yes.
Especially a goth.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Me looking at Yatsuyu from
me like cheering for Hera and Blood of Zeus. Yes, bitch, go off!
Pop off, wig!
Ugh. She is a cunt,
These
but I
fucking
do have no
crystals.
choice to stand.
A Lotus out here just like crushing so hard on non-human entities.
I feel like this is
Anyways.
AI shit, actually.
I gotta go.
That does look
I
like
gotta
AI.
stop recording.